let's just finish off the round with our weekly dose of depression as a Titans fan. Hey guys, how you going? So now on BKR Sport, we are live as my team, the Gold Coast Titans, will finish off the round here against Redcliffe Dolphins in a very big game here for the Dolphins, and also a very big game for the Titans. You know, they've obviously gone in a new direction. We'll talk a lot about this here today. If you want to know all my thoughts about the Titans, there is a video on the channel where I spoke for about an hour and 15 about all things Gold Coast Titans. So if you want to know all about that, you can watch that, obviously, after this game, though, because you're going to watch this stream. But look, we're going to have to run through these two-team lineups before this game starts. We've just watched as the Sharks won by about 24 points over the Newcastle Knights, which keeps their top four hopes alive, pushes the Warriors down there into 6th position. But with the Broncos' controversial win last night, they will stay up there in the 4th position for the time being, but it'll come down to the next week between the Sharks and the Bulldogs, and the Storm versus the... But who they playing again? Storm playing the Broncos, with the team that I'm trying to refer to here. Hey, to be fair, the Warriors are still in with a chance if both the Sharks and the Broncos lost their games and Warriors beat Manly. But Manly still have the most minuscule of minuscule chance to make the top 8. Anyway, we're talking absolutely ramble right now because it has nothing to do with these two teams. Oh, Manly do, and the Roosters do. But anyway, Dolphins versus the Titans today, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let's get into it to finish off a big round 26 with a lot of controversy, a lot of big games, and a lot of table-defining matchups. So, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe. Let's do this. Dolphins, they come to this game from 10th position in a must-win scenario. You can already see that Manly are eliminated above them. Well, the Dolphins aren't, but if they lose this game, they would be on eliminated as well. The Titans come to this game from 17th position, and if they win, they will go into 16th position with one game remaining. The Knights would go down there into last. We'll get into the ladder in a second. This is at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, and the ins for the Dolphins, Cody Nikorima and LJ Nonu, with the outs being Kulakefu, Finifiwiaki, and Max Fiane. The fullback is Trey Fuller, with the wingers being Jermaine Asako and Tavita Nafahu. Centres of Jake Avarillo and Hamiso Tabawai-Fado. 5'8" is Cody Nikorima, with the halfback being Asai Katoa, who is the captain. The front row forwards are Francis Molo and Felice Kafusi, with the number 9 being Jeremy Marshall-King. Back row of Kennelly Lemielu and Oren Keeley, with the 13 being Kurt Donahue. Interchange of Orblex Tafa, Ray Stone, Mark Nichols and Josh Kerr, with the 18th man replacement being LJ Nonu, and the coach is Christian Wolf. This team has given up 160 points in the last 3 weeks, 64 points to the Roosters, 38 points to the Broncos, and 58 points to Manly. So let's see if they can fix their defensive woes today. The Titans can score points at times. They can score points at times, and points would have made sense, but it's just weird to say points at points. But points at times, they can do that. So this looks like it's going to be a very high-scoring game today. This looks like it genuinely could be like a 38-30 kind of game Dolphins way, or even the opposite, 38-30 Titans way. You just don't know. Like, there should be plenty of points in this game because the Titans, they can score points. They're not the worst team for attack. They're like 5th last for attack this year, but defensively they give up a lot of points, and the Dolphins, they score a lot of points. So, look, the Dolphins are definitely favourites here for today. They must win, but they do love to give up plenty of points lately. Now, the ins here for the Gold Coast Titans is Cooper Bye. Love to see that. He's been huge in the Host Plus Cup. It was great in the Under-19s Origin game, and the out is Philip Sami. The fullback is AJ Brimson, with the wingers being Jalen DeGroot, and Tony Francis comes in with Philip Sami being out. Tony Francis comes in. Centres of Brian Kelly and Jojo Fafita. The 5'8" is Kieran Foran, and the halfback Jaden Campbell. Front row forwards of Mwaki Fodawaker and Regan Campbell-Gillard. Gee whiz, Sam Verrills is the number 9. Back row, Chris Randall and Bowie Firma. And the 13 is the captain, Tino Fa'asul-Malawi. The interchange is Keanu Kinney, Cleese Haas, Isaac Fa'asul-Malawi, and Josh Paxton, with the 18th man replacement being Cooper Bye, who I would have loved to have seen in the 17, but I understand. And then coach is Des Hasler. Look, obviously this is the last 2 games of coach for Des Hasler. This is the last 2 games of Kieran Foran, and also probably the last 2 games for quite a few of these boys here. Brian Kelly's been told that he can leave. You know, we don't know what's happening with JC, even though he should be probably re-signed. Obviously, Keanu and AJ will be there, but you don't know what Josh Hannay is going to think in regards to the rest of the roster. They've already said Regan Campbell-Gillard's getting shopped around. So, look, I don't know what the future is for the Titans, but I've got at least a direction here for the club. I'm going to back in my boys today. Obviously, you guys know it's going to be different streams to how the season's gone, because obviously the Titans... Look, I'm very passionate for my team, and I love my community, and I love my team, and nobody can tell me otherwise. I will criticise them when necessary, and I will give them positive raps when necessary as well. I love this team and want the best for them. But the thing is that I'm not expecting still a great deal from this season. If we come last, we deserve it. If we come second last, we also deserve it, because the Knights deserve to come last. You know, whoever wins the wooden spoon deserves it, realistically. So, look, I'm going to say, on my head, the Dolphins should win this game and win this game well today. But they still should give up quite a few points. In my heart, I'm obviously going to tip the Titans. And you're going to see that kind of stream today, guys, where I'm going to back in my boys the whole way. And I'm going to support them. And I'm going to hope that they get this win. And it'll be huge for us. I think there is a chance. There is a gut feeling the Titans could get up here today. And look, the gut feeling It usually comes right, but obviously I have a gut feeling with my own team. So, what is that to say? But overall, I am going to head tip Dolphins, but heart tip Titans. Now, in regards to the ladder, the Titans are in 17th. They're coming out in the field right now. Titans are in 17th on 16 points. The Knights are in 16th on 18 points. It's the only team they can jump this year. The Knights are officially in the bottom two as well with the loss to the Sharks. Now, the Titans have a minus 201 points differential, whilst the Knights, with their 24-point loss just then, will go to minus 244. So if the Titans win by 1 point, they will go into 16th, and it will come down to that final round with the Titans versus the Tigers and the Knights versus the Eels. On the other side, so if the Titans lose, they will stay in last for this round, but they still have a chance to jump it next week. If the Titans win, they will go into 16th position, away from the dreaded wooden spoon. But again, whoever wins it deserves it for mine. On the other side, the Dolphins, they're in 10th position. They must win it today. If they lose this game, they will stay in 10th, but their season is officially over. They are eliminated with 1 game to go. If they win this game, however, they would go equal with Manly on 28 points. Now, their points differential is plus 81. The Manly Sea Eagles are plus 20. So, if the Dolphins win, for me, I've got Manly eliminated anyway because their points differential is not good enough. But the Dolphins would jump Manly into 9th, and they'd be 2 points short of the Roosters, who they would need the Rabbitohs to beat the Roosters next week. If the Roosters win, they're guaranteed top 8. If the Roosters lose, and the Dolphins would just need to beat the Canberra Raiders, who might rest their players next week. So, look, the Dolphins with a win here would put themselves in range, and they do have a decent enough points differential that can make those Roosters nervous. So it'll all come down to next week, provided the Dolphins win this game. I think there's plenty of points in this one. Obviously, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, let me know your thoughts about the game, and let's get into it to finish off a big round 26, and we've only got one more round to go after this, where the regular season will get underway. We're underway. The Dolphins will bring this ball out here through Francis Molo to the 23. Shinksy getting around it. Nikhil says, we back. Don't forget to hit the like. Exactly right. Jossie passes, come on Titans, give the Knights a spoon. Yeah, look, I hope so. But at the end of the day, if we do get the spoon, we do deserve it. I would love to see our boys get up here and get the surprise victory. And I don't think it's out of the equation with the Dolphins' form recently. But I just think the Dolphins are playing for too much. They are at home, and you should expect them to score plenty. But again, I would expect the Titans to score quite a few points here today. It'd be very disappointing if they can't at least hit around the 18 to 20 mark based off of the Dolphins' defense in the last 3 weeks, and realistically their entire second half of the season. So Kurt Donahue on fit tackle. He'll already beat the 40 on the Titans side of the field. Sean James says, bring on the passionate call to end this round, as we all like to see, mate. Appreciate you, Sean. It obviously does get quite passionate, can get quite angry, and can get quite annoyed, but, we can also see a knock on from the Titans. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball at the 15 to start the game off. Lovely. That's not what you love to see. That's not what you love to see. Oh, boy. Well, I've been called dickhead already in the chat. Let's refresh your score. Yeah, look, a bit of a dickhead, mate. I haven't refreshed the score, and it hasn't come up yet. Blame the NRL.com. Blame NRL.com, you dickhead. How about that? How about that one, dickhead? How about that? It's not my fault. The NRL hasn't gone live with it on their website yet. So, not my fault. Not my fault, champion. Not my fault, champion. Oh, Jace just timed him out and said, see you later. All right, Dolphins here. 15 metres out of Saikatoa. Nikarima. And Trey Fuller gets away from one tackle. He's on the left-hand side. And well done. Welcome back to the Gold Coast, everybody. What the fuck was that? It's a try time for the Dolphins. It's 4-0 with a kid to come. Shinksy with the $5 donation says, Eels fan here, but I've got a spot for the Titans. Go the boys, and the year strong. Yeah, not a good start here, Shinksy. Not a good start. It's already 4-0 to the Dolphins after a knock-on from Tony Francis. And, oh boy, the NRL still hasn't updated their live score, so the score is not my fault at this current moment. But the Dolphins off to a really good start there. And like I said, I expect the Dolphins to win this game today. I hope the boys can show a bit of passion with a bit of direction going forward, but you don't have many expectations here with the Gold Coast, but we'll see how it all pans out. Thank you very much for the donation, Shinksy. Leon says, you reckon Brimmer to 5'8" after 4 and goes and Kenny fullback? I want Kenny fullback, but this is a common question that always gets discussed at the Titans. Who's the fullback? I think Keanu Kenny is less versatile, so I think that he's a fullback, and I think AJ Brimson, they're both signed to 2030. You've got to fit them both in. I would say that he's more versatile. He can play potentially in the 13, potentially in the 9, potentially in the 5'8", potentially in the centres. People are saying maybe Keanu Kenny to the wing, but, he's going to get done over by guys like Daniel Tupou and Xavier Coates out there. So I have my worries about that. But overall, it's going to be very interesting to see kind of what Josh Hannay does in this off-season and how he prepares the boys going into next year with this fresh new direction for the club, which hopefully is a positive fresh new direction. Hopefully. They still haven't updated the score yet on NRL.com, mind you. So it's still not my fault. It's still not my fault. 3 minutes in, and it's 6-0 to the Dolphins. Vegeta says Titans suck. Yeah, and the Wars. Oh, Vegeta's not happy with the Titans and the Wars, and then is laughing. Yep, well, Jay's laughing at you with a timeout. But, we know. We're very well aware. It's like people still think, like, people never look at, like, the progress you make as a person. They never look at the changes. Like, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I would have taken it as a personal insult with the Titans. And now it's just like, I know my team. I'm realistic about my team. I know they're not good enough, but I'd like to see them still turn this game around and still give it a red-hot crack here in a game they can score points in. Well, the Dolphins love giving up points. So, look, I hope they can do it. But, again, whoever gets a spoon this year deserves a spoon. So the Dolphins now, Francis Molo gets his ball to the 20, and it's going to be first tackle. Laurie says Titans for the win. I'd hope so. It's not a great defensive start. Second tackle for the Dolphins at the 30. Laurie says, I feel for David Fafita. Should have been better at the Titans. Yeah, Dave's had an injury for the last year and a bit. No one ever talks about that. No one ever thinks about that. He's had a bit of an injury. I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and he wished he was out here on the field, but unfortunately it's just been very difficult for him to get out in the field. And left-hand side here, and the Dolphins are away again. Oh, my gosh, we're going to get beaten by 100 today. We're going to get beaten by 100 today, lads. They get the offload away. Marshall King, third tackle at the 30. And they give it across here to Kurt Donahue. Then off to Oren Keeley. And Oren Keeley's at the 20. And he's just going to run this ball to the 15. Fourth tackle. It's not looking good here today, lads. Rapetti says, come on, Titans. Let's get our house back. Oh, so Rapetti. But the Dolphins are 5 minutes out from the line. Fifth tackle. 5 minutes in. They're already up 6-0. Marshall King to Cody Nicarima. Nicarima at the back. And it's going to be... good defense there for the Titans to stop a guaranteed try. They get it across here to Marshall King at the 20. And now Marshall King dinks that one across. No fullback in action, but it's going to be a 7-tackle set for the Gold Coast. Let's go. Let's go. Leon says people still reckon they can rage bait you. Well, like, you can pick your moment. Like, there is times that I can definitely be rage baited. There is absolutely times when, like, the game's close and there's a big controversial call, and then people can get into me. But, at times like this, especially at this part of the season, as Titans fans, you're just waiting for the season to finish right now so we can get excited about finals. And even though we're not there, and it's been a great season of rugby league, and the internationals are coming up, we'll see guys like Keanu Kenny play, Tino play, maybe foreign. I don't think foreign, but maybe you might get a crack for New Zealand. Maybe. I doubt it, though. Maybe it's a bit of a swan song. But we'll see a couple of lads playing internationals, and Mikey Fodawaker will play. Get to see him for Tonga. Third tackle for the Titans. At least they're making some good meters here with the ball. And this is what's going to happen in this game. Both teams, when they're on the attack, can definitely score. AJ Brimson at the 25. You probably expect when both teams are in the attack in 20 that the team will score. Still give Blaze a bit of a giggle, rage bait. Yeah, but it's very different. Like, some people are trying to get me actually angry, and it is entertaining. I get it. Like, I know what we do here. Sam Verrills out of the left-hand side. Kieran Foran, he's going to put that ball up into the air. Titans chasing it through. Dolphins will catch it, and it'll be Dolphins ball at the 6. People just criticise the price tag. They don't care about the players' welfare. Correct. Yeah. Look, that is a correct sentiment and thought process. Most people will just look straight at price tags and won't acknowledge that Dave has had a recurring ankle injury for over a year now. But like, Dave has also deserved a bit of the criticism. Like, I think, and he would be aware of that. But the people on Instagram who DM people, like, I get DMs, let alone the players, and it can get definitely a bit rough when you're having a struggle in regards to an injury and something, and you get blamed for a team's downfall. You get blamed in regards to all these type of things. So it's very difficult when you're a public figure, whether you're a player or you're a content creator or you're a part of an organization or just in general in the public. Look at guys like, for example, anyone who's a big YouTuber or anyone who's big in the public limelight will cop a significant amount of criticism. Even Nathan Cleary gets it. So that's just all part of it. Second tackle here for the Titans, and they'll get this ball to the 45 on the Dolphins side of the field. Angus says, you reckon Tedesco or Edwards is Oz fullback this year? Would you consider Walsh at all? No, Walsh is too 50-50, dude. You saw last night he can play some really good football, but he can also play some really poor football. I would personally be going a little bit more solid for an English Ashes series I would like Tedesco. I've also said that Tedesco was rough to be criticised as heavily as he was for the last couple of years, but that's the name of the game. And Titans will let that ball, we a knock on, and Nicarima is going to grab the ball at the 15. He gets the offload away to Hamiso, and there's going to be space here. There's going to be space. They give it out to the wing to Vida Nafahu, and Nafahu is going to be at the 33 on first tackle. 0 tackle, actually, because of the knock on. At least it was good defense there from Jalen de Groot. Really worrying, though, to see Tony Francis knock that ball on immediately in this game. Good thing you're not one of those fans that rage bait just for clicks and views. If it happens, it lots of fans, especially in football, do it's inauthentic. Yeah, there's a lot of Premier League streamers who do that. No, I'm authentic as it comes, man. Like, people may not like it, that's their problem. But at the end of the day, I'll give you my true thoughts on what I'm watching. Whether that's right or wrong, it is my opinion and what I'm watching, and that's why people come here. But yeah, no, I don't fake my anger, and I don't fake my passion. You know, I will just be who I am. 4 tackle here for the Dolphins. Turn that into a 6 again at the 30. They go left-hand side to Isaiah Katoa, and then off to Felice Kafusi, and he's going to be first tackle now, 25 metres out, 8 minutes in. Who in the Titans this year deserves a shot for the Kangaroos? Well, Tino. Tino will get it. That's probably about it. Left-hand side, and Nikorima goes left-hand side to Hamiso. This left-hand side is probably going to get pieced apart by Hamiso and Nafahu today. 10 metres out, they go Nikorima across here to Isaiah Katoa, and it's going to be second tackle, Kurt Donahue, Marshall King. They're just spreading the ball every single time, and he doesn't get away from Bo Firma, but he'll be 5 metres out with some good post contact there. Yeah, nice try, Tommy, at the spelling of Tino, but still not necessarily good enough there. 10 metres out, 4 tackle. He said, Fasal Moya Ian Baj. That sounds like a Block of Roach pronunciation if I ever did see one. All right, the Dolphins now 3 metres out, fit tackle. 10 minutes into the first half here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Dolphins will go quickly left-hand side. There's numbers galore. That's an easy try. And that's what you're going to see a lot of today, guys. 10 nearly with the kick to come. Now, I'm under no misunderstanding that the Titans, should have a lot of points put past them today. There's no misunderstanding here. So 10-0 with the kick to come. I think the over was like 52.5 or 54.5, and this should clear that by 20. Like, this should clear that by 20. Like, I do think the Titans will score when they get down the other end, but the Dolphins, when they're down here, should score a bunch, man. But yeah, bad start. Everyone says she's got over here, and it's 10-0. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But like I was saying, right now, with 2 games to go, I'm just looking towards, like, if we were going to win a game, like, the worrying thing about this is that our points differential can get shot to pieces against the Knights. Like, it's a 40-point swing right now. Like, the Knights are minus 244, whilst the Titans are minus 201. We need to lose this game by 43 points and more to go below them. As long as we don't lose by 60 to 70, which surely it's not going to happen, but based off this trajectory, it's looking okay. As long as we don't lose by that, like, there's still a chance to avoid the spoon next week if we beat the Tigers and the Knights do go on to lose that Eels, and the Eels are playing some pretty prideful footy at the moment. You've got to be pretty happy with them if you're an Eels fan. So I am quite convinced that the Knights will lose that game, but it's just the Titans. They just don't look like they're up for anything at the moment, and this game hasn't shied away from that fact at the moment. I just updated that ladder, so sorry, we're going to move that fraud alert down to the Warriors, and there we go. It is so funny though, because like the 2 teams who have been on fraud alert for the most part of this year have been the Sharks and the Broncos. They're the only teams in the top 8 right now, well the Roosters too, but they're the teams in the top 8 right now who don't have anything on them. And then the teams that have usually been away from it, the Storm, the Bulldogs, the Panthers, Warriors have been there a lot, but the Panthers, the Bulldogs, and the Storm, they're all on everything. And the Dolphins will get the kicks. It'll be 12-0 to the Dolphins, 11 minutes in. Seb Watson's really fired up for Des today. Look, if anything, they'll fire up next week at home, but, no one's shock-horrored with what's happening. Ibrahim says, we know what defend your line means. No. Tommy says, 1 point a minute, bro. That's how we do. Yeah, that's usually how you concede too. Like, again, the Dolphins should win this game well today, mate. And Tommy, I know you're trying to get a rage bait, but I'm going to give you an honest answer. The Dolphins should win this game by a country mile today. But there's also still no hiding away from the fact I'll take you off scam, but I'll put you in a fraud alert with a big win here today. Because at the end of the day, you still gave 64 points to the Roosters. You still gave 38 points to a Broncos team that had no Xavier Willison, no Ezra Mam, no Adam Reynolds, no Selwyn Cobbo. They also they had plenty of players out. There's another player, Brandon Pitkura, wasn't playing. They still got up 38 points in that game and were leading, but then got chased down in the end, which is really confusing considering it was a second-rate Brisbane team. And then they go and concede 58 points to Manly, and Manly, they've been scoring points, but they're conceding a lot of points. So there's still a lot of worries here for the Dolphins when it comes to actually doing something in the finals, and they're still not guaranteed for the finals at all. They're still unlikely to make the finals because the Roosters should beat the Rabbitohs next week, and it would take away any kind of points differential anyway. But I do expect the Dolphins, they're going to score again here. Misa's going to score into the post, and it's going to be 18-0 any moment now. This is bad. This is bad, lads. Well, I hope you're set up and ready for a lot of points here today for the Dolphins. A lot of points today for the Dolphins. Angus says, as a Broncos fan, I've got a feeling Walsh will either win us our Week 1 finals game or lose it for us. Well, right now, provided the Broncos can beat the easy try for the Dolphins, provided the Broncos can beat the Storm, who may rest their players, they'll first week go against the Raiders. I do think the Raiders beat them at home in Canberra, but then the second week the Broncos would then play. I think it's either 5th or 8th. Is that correct? Can someone in the chat let me know? Is it the loser of 1st versus 4th plays the winner of 5th versus 8th, or is it the loser of 1st versus 4th plays the winner of 6th versus 7th? I'm not too sure. I think it might be 1st and 4th loser plays the winner of 5th versus 8th, which would be Sharks versus Roosters as it currently stands. I don't know who wins that game. That would obviously be that would be at Suncorp. That would be interesting. Taraz this evening, mate. I hope you're well. Well, not when I'm watching Titans games. I hope you're well. You'd probably be pissed though with the game, but I hope you're well in general. Nah, it is what it is, mate. I'm off to Malaysia tomorrow. Really exciting. Off to Malaysia tomorrow for a week, so I can get renew my Vietnam visa. So I've never really thought about going to Malaysia, but it's a very easy trip across. Only about 2 hours to get there on the plane, and I was going to go to Cambodia, but it's a little bit leery at the moment, so I've mixed up on Cambodia. I was going to go to Angkor Wat, but I'll maybe do that later on. But I'm off to Malaysia tomorrow, and we've had a great time in Vietnam, and I'll come back, and obviously had a great year, mate. So, yeah, Titans have been extremely disappointing this year, and they're doing extremely disappointing now. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game. Both teams can score. Titans just not getting any attacks right now. Dolphins are doing it easy, and they should hit a 50 bomb. I can talk about that now, but you guys can't. Kieran says up my mighty Raiders. Yeah, happy for your Raiders, man. Happy for your Raiders, definitely. Bale says, Sobs Blaze, currently the game, but want to see how chat is. I still think Titans will come back at some stage this game. Look, I hope so, man, but this is disappointing right now. It's been 13 minutes and they've already scored 3 converted tries. Ibrahim says, how the hell did Fuller get through there? You can tell the Titans have just clicked off. Sean says, mate, screw the colour, you need the rice hat. The old Vietnamese rice hat. I do need to go and buy a suitcase today. I haven't been travelling with a suitcase all year, but I need that for my trip now, because obviously I've bought things along the way. You can't travel in India with a suitcase. It's not possible. There was no point to taking a suitcase there. Thailand you can, and Vietnam you can, but India there's literally no point to carrying a suitcase if you're travelling for the months that I was through Delhi and Agra and Jaipur and Udaipur, because the roads are completely uneven there across everywhere. Even in Delhi, even in the main city, they're still all over the shop. Agra would be even completely pointless. If you went and took a suitcase to Agra, if you're taking a suitcase to Agra and you're not like in a fancy hotel, God bless you. God bless you. Sakatoa now will kick this ball to the 20. For people who don't know, Agra is where the Taj Mahal is. It's an interesting city. Interesting place. Taj is great. Agra, not so much. Second tackle now at the 24. Malaysia was awesome, dude. You'll love it. Yeah, keen as, man. Keen as. Bit of a mix-up. I love mixing it up, man. I'm a mover, as you guys would know by now. I'm a mover. Even when I was on the Gold Coast, I was still going to Gold Coast, Sydney, Newcastle, Melbourne, Canberra, New Zealand. We still moved around a lot. 4 tackle here at the 40 for the Titans. And they will go right-hand side to Tino Fa'asul Malawi. This would make the Roosters nervous, though, because it does mean that with a 20-plus point win here, they would go above the Roosters' points differential, and the Rabbitohs will do anything they can to hurt the Roosters' season. And then that would mean the Dolphins would just need to go to Canberra with a potentially rested Canberra team and beat them, and they'd be in the top 8. Leon says, did you see Freddie reckons Broncos storm Granny? Yeah, I reckon Freddie's been a bit too much on the Terps today. It's going to be second tackle over the Dolphins at the 30. They go right-hand side. And Jermaine Sarko, ex-Titan, ex-Bronco, now at the Dolphins the last couple of years. He'll get this ball to the 35. And quick play here, Trey Fuller. Trey Fuller looks like he's going to have a big game today. 45 metres out for tackle. Leon says, would you go Pakistan? Don't like the connotation, what you're kind of alluding to with that. But, yeah, I wouldn't say no to anywhere, mate. But, that means I get second at the 40. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say no to anywhere. But in a bit of a difficult situation, Pakistan, in regards to going there, man. But it's going to be kicked out of the sideline around the 13. It'll be Titans ball. Sean James says, and in Thailand, make sure yourself and your bag can fit on a scooter taxi. Good adrenaline rush. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Bronx and Sharks have attacked to trouble the Raiders, but both can't defend. Like, the Sharks are a hard one, mate. Like, they really are a hard one to read. Like, they can be pathetic, but they can also be really good. You just don't know what they're going to do. Like, that first 15 minutes today, for the 25 minutes today for the Sharks was just abhorrent. But then, obviously, they came back and still won by 24 points. But, the Sharks are just all over the shop in so many regards, mate. I don't know if they trouble the Raiders, but that is a rivalry game, and it will be finals, and you never know in finals footy. Regan Campbell-Gillard gets his ball fourth, tackle to the 40. Where were you sitting at the Knights-Titans game last year for your vlogs? Tried to find you to give you a bottle of water and say, hey, I would appreciate that. Love when, you guys meet up with me and either give me a Coke Zero or water. But I was in the Titans away section, always. I like to sit with my community, so I was in the Titans away section, man. Whenever I'm at an away game, and I will be at some point in the future, I will obviously get back and go to games again. But I'm always in the away bay, man. I don't like to sit corporate because I have no need to sit with the corporates, and I don't need the best view on the ground. I just need to be with my people. So the Dolphins now, second tackle. Nicarima gives it off to Shemane Sarko, and he'll be at the 30. You reckon RCG been a decent signing for you blokes or underwhelming? Very underwhelming. That's why he's already been asked to show the door. He's already been shopped around now, and they're claiming it's salary cap pressure, but it's a bit of both, really. Out to Isai, then to Nicarima to Hamiso. Good defense there from Jaden Campbell to lock up the inside play that they were looking for. Everyone says RCG's been one of our worst players this season. I think he's there with a few of them. But yeah, he's been extremely underwhelming for the Titans. And, AJ Brimson gets away from the tackle. That was nice. And AJ Brimson gets this ball out to the 20. Good post contact to the 25. Good work there from AJ. Under a lot of pressure in the kick, but he does grab it and brings it out to the 25. At least we've slowed down the easy points the Dolphins were scoring. But it's only a matter of time before points start coming on and flowing on the board for both these teams. Sam Verrills goes left-hand side to Beau Fermor. And Beau Fermor gets his ball to the 40. We really need a penalty to put ourselves into a good attack and range. I do back the Titans in to score some points today if they're in attack and range. But right now, they're just kind of middling around that 50 metres and in their own half. 45 metres out for tackle. And they'll go left-hand side. They give it across here to Brian Kelly. And BK, he'll be 35 metres away, fit tackle. Jim Master, would you fly back to Australia if the Titans make the grand final to go to the game? Absolutely, mate. I don't care where I am. I could be in Pluto and I'll still find a way to get back for the Gold Coast Titans in a grand final. As long a way as that may be, wherever I am in the world at the time, I will always make my way back for it. There is no way I'd miss that for the world. Jermaine Sarko now to the 20 on second tackle. Just joined the chat and I'm bracing myself for an immediate bad ref call. There hasn't been any bad ref calls so far, Paul. It's been all fair dues at the moment. But there has been some bad defense. That's for sure. That is for sure. Players would make it back for a finals game. Mudgee. Mate, if the grand final was being hosted in the middle of Antarctica, I'd be there. Middle of Antarctica. I'm a massive Antarctican Penguins fan. Huge. Huge Antarctican Penguins fan. If they got a home final, well, if they played the Titans, I don't know who I'd support. Antarctican Penguins or the Gold Coast Titans is a difficult one. All right, so Titans will grab the ball here at the 15 through AJ Brimson, and AJ is going to take it out to the 30. He's had some really good run back into the line. Brenton says, yeah, I figured you were in the away bay holding a camera. I walked up and down the bay, down the front. Oh, true. Yeah, I was there. You'd know. Oh, did I put a vlog out from okay? I think I did, didn't I? I was there, though. As you would know, I was at every game last year. Third tackle for the Titans, the 50. They go right-hand side, and then they'll get some good meters on the set. They are making decent meters on their sets. Fourth tackle to the 40, just not getting into attacking range. 20 minutes to go the first half, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Jaden Campbell, he'll get taken down to the 30, and it'll be fit tackle. Wise vs Titans grand final in PNG. Blaze be there. Well, I'm considering going to Papua New Guinea next year anyway. And Dolphins with an easy grab at the 10. Not a great deal of a chase there from the Titans. Hatem says, so who's going to keep the 8th spot next week? Any predictions? I think the Roosters still beat the Rabbitohs, but I think it'll go down to the wire. I think we could see, not an extra time game, but I think the Roosters will win by less than 6, because I think the Rabbitohs, they're on some great form. 3 wins in a row going into their bye this week, and then they play the Roosters next week with a chance to potentially end their season if the Dolphins do go on with this game and then win against the Raiders. Good defense here for the Titans. Dolphins here, 4 tackle inside their own 20. Good so far. So, yeah, look, I think that will be a close game, but I've still got the Roosters to win it and seal their top 8 spot regardless of what the Dolphins do in these last 2 rounds. So the Dolphins now whack this ball down with a good kick to about the 20, but AJ Brimson brings it out to the 30, the 35, to the 40, and it will be first tackle for the Titans. He didn't release the vlog, but I remember you saying that you stopped along the way down because he drove. That's right, yeah, I went past Port Macquarie and and a few places. Had a nice little trip there, actually, despite the embarrassing loss, as per usual. Had a nice little trip. Third tackle here at the 45. The ball collector says, who would you like to see signed on as the Titans coach next year? Well, it was confirmed already on Monday that Josh Hannay is the coach. So you should go back and have a look at my stream, man. We spoke for about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes about all things Gold Coast Titans with the new coach and Scotty Sattler coming in and all that. Titans left hand side here. Space, Tony Francis. Tony Francis at the 15. He'll be 15 metres out. Come on, Gold Coast. Get on the board here. Get on the board. 15 metres out. Dolphins love giving up points. Let's just get a little bit of pride in the jersey. Kieran Foran's going to put that ball up into the right-hand side. Knock on from the Titans, and it's going to be Dolphins ball at 10. Dolphins ball at 10. Best try of the season for me, the week's match winner versus Panthers. No, it's going to be Nwanga Tuwase. It's going to be Nwanga Tuwase with the double leg kick for the try in the corner against the Bulldogs, I think it was. Can we time ball collector out for a minute, please, moderators? For suggesting that we should sign Adam O'Brien. So second tackle now for the Dolphins at the 20. Just for 1 minute. Not for 5, but just like a warning shot. A warning shot for suggesting the Titans should sign Adam O'Brien as the coach. You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Lee show it's the Dolphins by 60. Thank you, mate. Thank you for a pretty Captain Obvious statement. 23 minutes in, as it's 18-0. And that ball's going to go out around the 40 here. So the Titans get the ball in a good position at the 40. As Katoa didn't get a good kick on that. Just a nice little warning shot there for the collector for such a ridiculous statement. Such a ridiculous statement. Jack Smith says, do you reckon the Storm will rest? I think they won't, but I think the Bulldogs and Raiders rest. Raiders, I think, do. Bulldogs, I think, do. Storm, I'm really unsure about because they rested a couple players in this game, like Xavier Coates and Elias Katoa and whatnot. Brian Kelly gets his ball to basically the 50 at first tackle here with the Titans. And it's will be the kind of best field position they'll have. Oh, good offload there from Bo Firma to Kieran Foran, then to Cleese Haas. Some great run here from Cleese. Gets the ball inside the attacking 40. Shinksy says, if I was GC coach, I'd sign Joey Lussick and Jake Arthur first thing. Give him a minute timeout. Give him a minute timeout. That's another warning shot for you. Next one's going for 5. Next stupid suggestion for the Titans is going for 5 minutes. Now, the next stupid suggestion is going for 5 minutes. That's a 1 minute timeout for Shinksy. The next suggestion of this caliber is going for 5 minutes. I'm laying down the law as the coach on BKR Sport. Titans now fit tackle here 10 metres out. I'm laying down the law at the moment. So Sam Verrills off to Jaden Campbell. He's 15 metres out. He kicks that ball across into a good area. Knocked back here for the Titans. Brian Kelly. He'll kick this ball across. Tony Francis, try time in the corner. I think he scored. I don't know. Yes, he has. Let's go, Big Tone. Tony Francis with a try to make it 18-4 with a kick to come to the Titans. Come on. Come on. He did look like he was going to go over the sideline there. But Tony will put the ball down the corner. He's a little bit unsure here. He's a little bit unsure. I don't think he goes out here. It's about the put down for mine. Let's go the tits, Logan says. We all love the tits. So Brian Kelly, instead of passing it, decides to kick it. And yeah, he does get that. He gets that in. He gets that down. Now I'll look at the sideline because I was mainly looking at the put down. Just bounced up for Tony Francis at a great time. Oh, does he actually get that ball down? He does stay in, but does he get the ball down? Does he get the ball down? He has kind of lost that, I reckon. His hand is still there, though. No, he's lost that. No, he's lost that. It's a no try. There'll be a no try here for Tony Francis, unfortunately, lads. This is going to be a no try, and it's going to be Dolphins ball at the 20 on a 0 tackle. Yep, I knew he was inside the field of play, but he didn't look confident. He didn't look confident when he was getting up from it, and it's good defense in the end from Jermaine Sarko just to put pressure on the play, put the hand on the ball, and yeah, he does lose it right there. Unfortunate there, lads. So that'll be Dolphins ball at the 20 on 0 tackle. Dion says that was a good stream about the new coach. Really liked your view. Appreciate that, Dion. Difficult times for Titans always, but, you know, we move. We move. There's no point being too disappointed with these last 2 games. Disappointed with the year for sure. It's been the worst year in Titans history for mine, but you know, always going to be looking forward. And there's no point just supporting a good team for the sake of it, because it means nothing unless you've gone through times like this. And Shinksy, we're going to see you in 5 minutes. We're going to see you in 5 minutes, mate. We gave you a warning shot. We did. We gave you a warning shot, Shinksy. And you took your liberties with it. And welcome back to the party of the timeout brigade. We'll see you in 5 minutes, Mr. Shinksy. So second tackle here at the 45. He comes in with a donation. He's the big rocker. He's the big rocker in the chat. Oh, Dolphins get this ball to the 40 on the Titans side of the field. And then he just says, you know what? I want to go for 5 minutes. I want to go for a minute and then 5. Right-hand side, it's Katoa. Gets it out the back of Jake Avarillo. Avarillo will be at the 33. He hasn't been timed out yet, so I'm going to make sure of it, Shinky. Gee whiz. Dolphins now, they're at the 35, then to Francis Molo, and it'll be fit tackle now at the 30. How dare you take your liberties? Exactly right, Tommy. You know, what do you think this is? This isn't BKR Liberty, this is BKR Sport. Isaiah Katoa, he will kick this ball up into the corner. Good chase through here from Avarillo. Tony Francis catches the ball and he's away. Tony Francis gets away here, gets the ball to the 25. Good grab there from Tony. Logan says, Joey Lussick would have got his pants pulled down trying that. That's also true. Yeah, that's a true statement, that one. Brian Kelly at the 30. We saw plenty of pants being pulled down this weekend. I think we saw so much of Tupanua that we don't need to see another pants down again, unless it's Tedesco, because Tedesco is the king of the old pants down in rugby league. Sam Verrills off to Tino, and Tino now will get taken down to the 43. Another mention of that name should be timed out. Yep, no, another mention of Joey Lussick probably does get timed out there. AJ Brimson to the 50 on fit tackle. So the score has definitely slowed down since that red-hot start for the Dolphins. And now Jaden Campbell. He will kick this one down, straight down the guts to the 15. And Trey Fuller, he will take it out to the 25 on first tackle. Lagos, I love Teddy's buns. Bit of an interesting comment, that. But, you know, you're entitled to have your own sexuality there, Lagan. Last 10 minutes territory, 64% to the Titans, 36% for the Dolphins. Jermaine Sarko, he's going to bring this ball out to the 35. 35, Francis Molo will come off the field here. Oh, he's lost the ball. Yep, Titans ball at 35. Let's go. Tommy with the $1 donation. Get around your Tommy. But the Titans will get the ball here 35 metres out with a chance to score. Get around your Tommy for the dono. Well, who doesn't is the real question. It's a great question, Logan. Yeah, Bo Firma's not deliberately taking that out. He probably knows what he's doing, but he's just removing his arm from that. And Isaka with a loose carry. Olivia Root with the $8 donation. Says Daily Dono. Another day, another donation. You forgot to do the another day, another donation, Olivia. You said Daily Dono. What about the another day, another donation, Olivia? Come on. That's what you're known for, Olivia. But thank you very much for the $8 donation. Another day, another donation. She's forgot to do it. Bit too much on the old wine last night, eh, Olivia? Bit too much on the old wine. She's forgot the another day, another donation. So left-hand side, they give it off here to Tino. And Tino now, good run. He'll get this ball inside the 10. Olivia would be at this game supporting her Finns, Brenton says. Big Finns fan. Kieran Foran, Jaden Campbell, short ball into the line. And Chris Randall's going to be 5 metres out. We can change things up, Olivia says. Wow, she's mixing it up. Sam Verrills off to Jaden Campbell. Kicks this ball through here for AJ Brimson, but it's going to be a dropout coming up from the Dolphins. Dropout coming up. Got to keep me on my toes. Well, I am seated right now. I am seated. So it's very difficult to keep me on my toes when I'm seated, but, you know, it is what it is. But Titans had a chance there, a try, but it will be a dropout. Lagan says, Olivia just one-upped you, Tommy. You're going to take that? If that was me, I'd donate about $160. So Dolphins to drop this ball out. It is a short drop out into a good area, but it goes out in the full. So Titans will just play the ball here at the 10. Surprised that the score has really slowed down here. Gold cold turkey again on the sniffy jar? No way, Jay. We were doing it in the last game, the Night Sharks game. We had the old sniffy jar out. So Tino, he'll be 10 metres out from the line first tackle. Dolphins defence has been so poor lately. Titans, you've got to find a way to just break through them. Out to the left to Jaden Campbell. Short ball in the line for Mikey Fodawaker. And he's going to be 5 metres out from the line. Second tackle. Sam Verrills to Kieran Foran. Foran short ball. Bowie Firma. And Bo Firma is going to be 4 metres away from the line. Third tackle. 11.5 minutes to go here. Bo Firma. Now it's Kieran Foran. And Foran will run this ball into the line. Not great shape on the attack here from the Gold Coast. 7 metres out. 4 tackles. Sam Verrills will go left-hand side. AJ Brimson kicks this ball through. Trots over the Gold Coast. Let's go. Good little dinker, goes up too high, and Brian Kelly will put the ball down to make it an 18-4 game here with a kick to come. Come on, a Gold Coast. Come on. Let's do it. Finally, Brian Kelly does get it. The ball just bounces really awkwardly there for the Dolphins, and BK's had to put that ball down. Come on, baby. Let's go, BK. Probably won't be here next year, or I think he might be signed for next year, but then they're saying that he can look at other clubs. So I'm really happy to see him get another try here for Gold Coast Titans colours. And Brian Kelly will put that ball down. It'll be interesting with what happens with Bo Firma here. This could no try confirmed. Okay. We do see that sometimes get pulled up for Bo Firma making a play at Marshall King. But Brian Kelly will put that ball down and it is try confirmed. Finns fans shivering, come back loading, Leon says. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully. Knights fans shivering, really. Knights and Dolphins fans can do a double whammy here today with the win. The Titans, they could put the Knights to last and also end the Dolphins season. So 10 minutes to go the first half for you guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Titans will find a way to kind of get back in this game and we'll make it a 12-point game, 18-6 with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go. 2 birds, 1 stone, Leon. 2 birds, 1 stone. Brocky says, try time, bing bong, mudder, bish, G. He's added the G there. He's mixing it up just like Olivia. Comeback time, Out of Limb says, here we are, Manly legend Brian Kelly. Jaden says, would love to see the Titans get up here today for you, Blaze, but I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't prefer a home final versus the Dolphins over the Roosters. Yeah, Dolphins were a bit tricky for the Sharks, but with that being said, the Sharks did lose big time to the Roosters reserve, well not reserve grade team, but 5 Origin players out when they had a full-strength team because the Sharks had no Origin players. So, yeah, look, I'd say you probably would prefer to play the Dolphins. He did at least beat them. Shinksy with the $5 donation does not know that you can still get timed out from a donation. You muppet! How dare you? Joey Lussick would have scored a hat-trick by now, GC26. Oh my gosh, Shinksy, thank you for your donation, but you are a muppet and Jay has slapped you. He has slapped you. The most horrifying thing about YouTube is that you can time people out. You can actually hide people and they can still donate, like even with that. Khalees Haas will get this ball here to the 30. It's quite funny that. It's quite funny that you can remove like a troll, not that I'm insulting you here, Shinksy, but you can move like a serious troll and they can still like troll you through donations, which is kind of like a catch-22 because you're getting money, but also they're trolling you still. But yeah, Shinksy, you've been timed out there for legitimate reason. But thank you for your dono. Mikey Fodder, wake up. You'll get this ball here to the 45 on fit tackle, 9 minutes to go. Can't hide behind your dirty money, Jay says. So Jaden Campbell puts that ball up. And Titans chasing this through. Knocked back here. Oh, Titans ball. Titans ball. Titans, Josh Patson. And it's going to be a knock on from the Titans. Ooh, interesting. It's a late call from the referee here. They may challenge this. They will not challenge it. So it's going to be Dolphins ball here at the 20, basically. Cara says, who would win, Dolphins or Raiders? Well, we have to see who the Raiders put out. Do they put out a full-strength team or do they put out a reserve grade team and rest their players? I would lean with the reserve grade, so I would take the Dolphins, but I still have the Roosters to beat the Rabbitohs regardless. So we'll probably take the Dolphins next week, despite it being in Canberra. But against a full-strength Canberra team, I'm taking Raiders. Against a rested team, I'm taking Dolphins. Josh Kerr, third tackle to the 35. And they'll go left-hand side now, Dolphins. They've found some good space here today. Hamiso, he'll get away from Jojo Fafita. Hamiso gets to the ball at the 35. He's still going here at the 30. He then cuts it across, gives it off to Orbix Tafa. And then Josh Kerr, he's going to be fourth tackle at the 24. What's the crowd like? Oh, I have to have a look. Isaiah Katoa at the 20. He'll get this ball down at the 15 on fifth tackle. Actually, Olivia, are you at this game the other day? Are you at this game? Because I know you do like to go to as many Suncorp games as you can. Nicarima gets it at the back. It's knocked on here from the Dolphins, and Titans will get the ball at the 13. Bad end to the set there. Matt's Oddsport TV says, what's been your favourite country's food since being away this year? Vietnamese. I love Vietnamese, but I'm really looking forward to Malaysian food from tomorrow for a week. Really looking forward to seeing what that's like. Very heavy Chinese influence, but they are a Muslim country too, so I'm expecting a little bit of that kind of food as well. But they are a heavy Chinese influence in regards to their food. All right. Oh, geez. Mo. They ran out of the line at Mo, but Mo gets away from the tackle and brings it out of the 35 on third tackle. Good work. You're at Kmart spending money. What did you buy me, Olivia? What did you buy me and Jay? Oh, the Titans are going to knock that ball on. The Dolphins will pick it up and give it across. And now the Dolphins are away. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. The Dolphins, oh, then they lose the ball. And that should be play on. He's gone 20 metres, referee. That is... How is he not taking advantage? He's run 20 metres, referee. What? How is the referee saying that this is not advantage taken? He's run 20 metres. He's run 20 metres, Atkins. That's 20 metres. The advantage is 10 metres, no? That's definitely advantage. 20 metres, Atkins, you're off your rocker. That's a bad call. So the Dolphins are going to... oh, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. So it's going to be Dolphins ball here at the 48. That is wild. Yeah, Foreign's getting to the ref, and that's good. That's good to see. That's actually crazy to see, dude. How are you saying that 20 metres taken is not an advantage? How can you say that? Trey Fuller rolls it back here to Marshall King, hits the grass, and then Josh Kerr gets his ball now to the 35 on second tackle. All right, left-hand side to Isai Katoa, then short ball into the line for Ray Stone, who's 25 metres out, third tackle. The refs have really spoiled the product this weekend. Agree, mate. That's a bad call. If the Dolphins score off this, which they realistically should with the Titans' defence, it's just going to be really unfortunate to see. And Titans get the ball here. Ball don't lie. Brian Kelly will get the ball through a knock-on from the Dolphins, and it's going to be Titans ball at 35. Ball don't lie. It wasn't even a knock-on. It was just a first tackle. Now second tackle for the Gold Coast at the 45. Second tackle. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Chauncey Parsons, that's taking the piss, surely. It makes no sense. How can you run 20 metres and not have taken your advantage? 6 again for the Gold Coast. They're 45 metres away from the Dolphins line. Come on. Have you ever considered going to the Philippines? Yeah, definitely. But it's an awkward spot, the Philippines. It's an awkward spot. But I would consider going there this week, but I just decided instead to... Jaden Campbell here. Good step. He's 20 metres out. Third tackle. Just a bit of an awkward spot. We have to go outwards. Especially when I'm going to come back to Vietnam. So I just wanted a short flight. Malaysia is quite short. Chrissy Randall! Jalen DeGrom with a try time! Let's go! Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie. A bad call against the Titans, and they still find a way to score. Chrissy Randall with a great run. Passes it off to Jalen DeGrom, and that's a try. 18-10 with a kick to come. 18-10 with a kick to come from the right-hand sideline. Comeback's on, baby. Come on. Come on. What a try. Chrissy Randall just runs it in hard at the 20. Sam Verrills gives it to him, and then he just dummies the pass, runs inside the 10, flicks it off. You'd argue that's a forward pass, realistically. You would argue it. If I'm going to talk about yesterday's Broncos game, you'd probably say that's a forward pass too. This does it come out of the hands backwards? Oh, it does come out of the hands backwards. Actually, that's probably fine. That's actually probably fine. That is actually probably fine. Dolphins fans might not like it, but that angle there showed a pretty good angle for Chris Randall's pass. That pass probably was fine. Dalian winger to Groot. Leon says, Johnson Parsons, what a try. Olivia says, I have a 20-hour flight coming up. 20 hours? Where are you going, Olivia? You going UK, is it? I would assume it's like UK or somewhere in Europe. Jack Lewis says, Titans score heavy, but their defense lets them down, but they know how to score, that's for sure. Yeah, agreed. Well, this game started off with an 18-0 lead for the Dolphins in the first 10 minutes of the game, and now they're back to 18-10 with a chance to make it 18-12. Dolphins have slowed down the old attack, but the Titans have got themselves back into it. We all knew there'd be points in this game, though. There's still plenty of points to probably come in the second half as well, with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Bales says, not sure about you, longest first half ever. No, we've seen plenty of long first halves, man. We've seen plenty of long first halves. Jaden Campbell will get the kick. Let's go, JC, from the sideline. Makes it a 6-point game. It's 18-12. We've already scored 30. Already seen 30 points scored in this game. There's still probably plenty more to come. Plenty more to come. Shinksy says, plus one leg. Woohoo, I'm back. Let's go. Get around your Shinksy. Hopefully he's learned his lesson by now. Chris Randall. There's going to be debates about that pass, but if you look from the side angle, it does look okay. It does look okay from the side angle. From behind, it didn't look great, though. Leon says, don't get comfortable. Who's getting comfortable here? Are you talking about me? Are you talking about me, as in don't get comfortable? Who's been comfortable at any point? Going to go get eaten by an alligator. Olivia said, I'm going to Florida. A 20-hour flight to Florida? 20 hours? Where are you going? Are you going via Africa? Like, what, 20 hours to Florida? No. You must be going via, buddy, Zimbabwe. 20 hours to Florida? No way. Tommy says that was fast forward. Unfortunately not, mate. When you look at the side angle, it does come out of the hands backwards, and if anything, it was actually flat from the side angle. But it did look from the behind angle that it was forward, for sure. That's why I was criticising it. But then when you look from the side angle of where the touchy was, it did look like it was an okay pass. Lee Shepherd says, hope the Titans can muster up a win. Knights deserve the spoon. Well, either the Titans or the Knights deserve the spoon, man. You know, whoever gets it deserves it. AJ Brimson with a good run, knocks the ball on. So the Dolphins will get a chance to attack in the final attacks of the game here. The first half, 30 metres out from the Titans line. And Dolphins will get an opportunity. Oh, Vancouver to Florida. Oh, you're going Brisbane to Vancouver and then all the way down to Florida. Why do you go Vancouver? Is that the cheaper option, is it, Olivia? Are they going to challenge this here, the Titans? No, they're not. They're just stopping the clock. Dolphins get the ball to 30. Vancouver, okay. That's a long journey. Yeah, how come not LA or even Dallas? Logan says, must be taking a... Controversial data, we're talking about that. Matt's on Sport TV says she must be flying from Perth. No, she's flying to buddy Nigeria and then going across to Florida at this point. Cheapest, yes. Hopefully Orange Numpty lets me in. Oh, man. So Dolphins will decide to take the scrum at the left-hand side of the field here, 30 metres out. Whenever a team is attacking the Titans line, I'm already pretty confident that they're going to concede, so I'm a bit nervous now. But it was a good comeback to get back into this game here, the Titans. Let's just see their defense, though. And they've lost the ball to the Dolphins. And Jaden Campbell's away here. Jaden Campbell gets the ball to 35. Dolphins have fallen off a cliff ever since that first 10 minutes of this game. Dolphins knocked the ball on first tackle, and 0 tackle for the Titans coming to the 40 on their own side of the field. Can they tie this game up here at half-time? Sam Verrills goes left-hand side of Mikey Fodawaker. Out the back into Kieran Foran here to Bowie Firma. And Bo Furman now at the 50 on second tackle. 1 minute 13 to go in the first half. Come on, Gold Coast. It was looking dangerous in the first 10 minutes of a 60 slammer past us. And now the Dolphins are hanging on. So Sam Verrills will go right-hand side to Kieran Foran. Kieran Foran out the back into Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell, he has a good pass to Jojo Fafita. Jojo Fafita at the 30, the 25. He's still going here, Jojo. Oh, he's 15 minutes after the line. 4 tackle, 50 seconds to go here. Come on, Titans, find a way. Malaki Fodawaker with a big, strong barnstorming run to the 5. Come on, fit tackle, Titans. 5 metres out. Sam Verrills, short ball. Cleese Harsey offloads it. Kieran Foran! That's my boy, Kieran Foran, man! Come the fuck on, Kieran! Come the fuck on! That'd be 18-18, baby. That's Kieran, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, in his last 2 games of his career, he will score a try. Come on, baby. That's huge. Remember how I called Kieran Foran for a try last week and I got it wrong? Well, I was 1 week too short, and Foz will score into the post, and it's about to be 18-18. We're down 18-0 in 10 minutes, and it's about to be a tied game. Cleese Harts with an awesome offload, and Foz just following up beautifully. We were down 18-0 in 10 minutes, and Roosters fans, you should be taking your shirts off at the moment. You should be getting the kits off because we are helping out you. Knights fans, you're not going to be happy, but the Titans are flying back into this game. Wowee. Let's go, Fozza. That's him. That's him, baby. Come on. Come on. 18-18 at halftime. Can you believe it, lads? Can you believe it? What? It's 18-18 at halftime. It was 18-0 Dolphins in 10 minutes. It was 18-0 ticket prices is skyrocketing in himself. Yeah, membership prices going up. Wow, what a turn of events. I genuinely thought we were going to get done by 60 in that first 10 minutes. Let's go happy to see you, happy BKR. Well, it's half time. I'm just proud that we got back into the game. Dolphins, they're fighting for their top 8 right now. If we win this game, we eliminate the Dolphins from the finals. And also, we would get ourselves off of the spoon. The Knights would be in last place going into the final round of the season. I was starting to get worried about our points differential with 1 game to go against the Knights. And now I'm thinking, well, maybe we could do them. Maybe we could sneak this. The Dolphins are a very, fluctuating team. They dominate that first 10 minutes. They put 18 points past us. We're thinking 100 is going to be scored. They need to win. And the Titans just rocket back into it. And now we're thinking, well, can the Dolphins hold on here? It's very reminiscent of that Broncos game at the moment where the Dolphins, they were down by 12-0. And then they came back to be up 24-18 at half time. And then it was, they were down, 18-12. And then they came to be up 28 to 28 to 14. I can't remember. But anyway, they were down and then they came back and then they led by 13 plus in the first 10 minutes of the second half. They played their games in spurts, the Dolphins. They're very spurty. Very spurt. And they got up to 28-14, and then the Broncos rocketed back and won that game 38-28 or something like that. So, like I said before the game started, there's plenty of points in this game. The Titans can't defend, the Dolphins can't defend, but I will say the Titans' defense, the final 30 minutes of that first half, was actually pretty positive, and they didn't give up any points since that 18-point spurt. Again, the Dolphins play games in spurts. If they make the finals on a miracle, they're not doing anything this year when it comes to the premiership race. They just aren't. They can't play full 80 minutes. They can't even play. Hold on 1 second here. They can't even play 20 minutes straight, and then they can't even play 40 minutes straight because they're just so polar opposite in their halves. Gee whiz. So, look, I'm excited. I still, don't know how this game is going to go. We're going to go through the stats right now, but, how good is this? How good is this that they've been able to find their way back into the game here, the Gold Coast, to make a game of it? There's been 36 points scored already. It's not surprising with these two teams. But guys, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. You know when my team's playing, regardless of our ladder position, I'm always going to be as passionate as ever. And whilst I'm very aware of where our team sits and what my team is, I still love this team, I love this community, and I'll always, fire up behind them, man. I'm just so happy that we've been able to really make a game out of this right now. So like I said, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Let's look at the stats, and then we'll get into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Now, 18-18 half-time here at Suncorp. Try scorers for the Dolphins was in the first minute, Trey Fuller, the 9th minute, David Afahu, and the 11th minute, Hamisa Tabuai-Fado. But in the last 12 minutes, Brian Kelly, Jalen DeGroot, and my guy, Kieran Foran, mate, so happy to see him get a try in his last 2 games in his career. Now, possession-wise, 51% possession to the Dolphins, 49% possession to the Titans. The Titans would have genuinely had, less than 5% in that first 10 minutes. It was that ridiculous. So they've really fought their way back into this game nicely. Time of possession is 13 minutes and 39 seconds for the Dolphins, 13 minutes and 31 seconds for the Titans. So that's about 26, that's about 27 minutes. You'd like to see a little bit more in regards to time possession for both these teams. You want to be at least hitting that 28-minute marker. It's okay, it's not around the 25-minute mark, but you would still like to be seeing probably 28 minutes and above. That's not necessarily on the two teams, but there is a few errors and whatnot, and a lot of tries. And with the tries being scored, it does take away time possession because it takes away minutes off the clock when they do score and take the conversion, right? Now, completion rate is 77% for both these teams. Neither team is hitting the 80% right now, which is the marker. 77% for the Dolphins at 14 from 18, and 77% for the Titans at 14 from 18. They both have the same amount of completed sets. Again, it's not awful, it's not fantastic in the 80% and above, but it is going well at 77%. It's not too bad, is what I should say. Not necessarily going well, but it's not too bad. Now, runs-wise, the Dolphins have had 92 runs for 831 run meters. The Titans have had 86 runs for 812 run meters. Now, that basically what that's saying right now is that with the extra 6 runs, ultimately, you're going to see the Titans take the lead there in run meters. So 831 run meters with 92 runs is 90 or 89 run meters behind the 10 meters on average per run that you're looking for. So about 90 behind there, whilst the Titans 86 for 812 is about 50 odd. It's about 50. So the Dolphins are behind by 90 on the 10 meters on average per run. The Titans are down by 50. It's relatively unfair, but it's close enough where you can say 10 meters on average per run for 6 extra runs to make it to the 92. It's now 87 for 820, so they're down by 50. So given 5 extra runs there, that would be 870 meters comparatively to the Dolphins at 831. So the Titans now 88 for 826. But the point of the matter is that the Titans, if you try to equate it, the extra 4 runs there, the Titans would take the lead in regards to run meters. They're doing a good job in this department. Post-contact meters is 223 for the Dolphins, 300 for the Titans. That is absolutely gigantic. The Titans are destroying the post-contact meters department. The forwards of the Dolphins are not getting the post-contact they would like. From 4 extra runs, now 3 extra runs at 89 to 92 and 851 to 831. So the Titans are killing that run meters department despite being down three runs. The Dolphins are well and truly down to post-contact. Well and truly. They're down by 80 right now with 3 more runs. That's huge for the Gold Coast. Now, line breaks is 5-3 to the Dolphins, with most of those line breaks coming in that first 10 minutes. The tackle breaks, 20 for the Titans, 16 for the Dolphins. So the Titans on an effective tackle percentage right now are right on the average, in regards to missed tackles. So that's not too bad. It's not great. It's not awful. It's not too bad. The Dolphins are bumping up there, though, a 3 above the highest of the averages of 17. The average set distance, and you're obviously going to see this in a game like today with no defense, 25 25 and under is you turn the stream off, it's pathetic. 25 to 30 is disgusting. 30 to 35 is underwhelming. 35 to 40 is hitting the marker, average. 40 to 45 is great. 45 to 50 is fantastic, and 50 plus is basically perfect. The Dolphins are at 46.17, so that's in the fantastic category. They're getting a lot of meters on every single set. Average set distance is brilliant at 46.17. But the Titans are beating them out here as well, 47.28. So the Dolphins are on the mid to lower end of the fantastic category, whilst the Titans are right in the bang middle of the fantastic category at 47.28. It's only about 1 meter separating the two of them. They're both in the fantastic category. They're both getting a great deal of meters on their average sets. Now, the play the ball speed, anything under 3.30 is extremely fast. 3.3, I'm going to go 3.31. We're going to change this up a little bit because usually we just said 3.39 and below is fast. 3.30 and below. No, we'll go 3.29 and below is extremely fast. 3.30 to 3.39 is fast. 3.4 to 3.59 is average. And then 3.6 to 3.79 is slow. 3.8 and above is extremely slow. The Dolphins are playing the ball here at an incredibly fast speed at 3.13. That is really, really fast stuff. 3.13 is really quick to play the ball. And the Titans are at 3.22, which is also really quick to play the ball. They're both in the extremely fast category. It's only by 0.09 seconds the separation between these two teams. But the point is they're both playing this ball very, very fast. And that's why you're seeing a lot of points here and a lot of attacking forward rate. It's brilliant from both these teams. Hold on. And then we go down to the passing. 4 offloads for the Dolphins, 3 offloads for the Titans. The forced dropouts is 1-0 Titans. Kick defusal is 33% for the Dolphins, 50% for the Titans. The effective tackle percentage, both teams at a pretty reasonable rate. You want to be seeing at least 88%. So 85% and below is disgusting. 85% to 88% is underwhelming. 88% to 90% is hitting the marker, normal, average. And then 90% and above is very, very good. It's fantastic. The Dolphins are at 88.94%. So on an individual defensive effective tackle percentage, this is not a collective, but on an individual tackle percentage, they're at 88.94%, which is mid-range of the hitting the marker category, which average is not a bad connotation. It is just saying the average across the teams and what we see. 88.94% is bang smack in the middle of that. So they are doing a decent enough job on the individual tackle percentage. Tackles made is 185 for 20 missed tackles and 3 ineffective. Now, the average amount of missed tackles is 15 to 17. They're at 20. 3 more missed tackles than the highest of the averages there at 17, whilst the ineffective is at 3. The average is about 6-7, so they're 3 under the average of ineffective tackles and a half. So, yes, they're missing quite a few tackles here, the Dolphins, but they're also limiting the ineffective, which is really, really positive, and you like to see that. The Titans at 87.91%, so they're not quite hitting the marker of 88%, but it's not awful. 160 tackles made for 16 missed tackles and 6 ineffective. Now, they've made 25 less tackles than the Dolphins because they've had a bit more of the ball. But the 16 missed tackles is right in the bang middle of the 15 to 17 average. So it's okay, nothing great, nothing really bad. The ineffective is also right bang middle of the average at 6, with it being 6 and 7. So the Titans are lesser on the effective tackle percentage because they've had to make less tackles, but they are doing some pretty decent stuff in regards to limiting those missed tackles to not go past the average, but just the ineffective are bumping up to get up to that average as well. So overall, 22 bad tackles from the Titans in the first half, 23 bad tackles from the Dolphins in the first half. But again, both teams at a very similar rate, around that 88%, 89% for the Dolphins. 88% there for the Titans. Then you go to the errors, and not much discipline in this game here today so far because there's a lot of errors, but the penalties aren't really flowing. So an average amount of penalties, average amount of errors. 4 and below is really good. 5 to 6 is average, and 7 and above is really bad. Now the Dolphins have had 5 errors, so that is on the average area of errors. It's not fantastic. It's not really bad. But it's just kind of flowing in the middle. The Titans are at 7, so that is getting to the bad category. 7 and above is really not good. So the Titans are still making plenty, but that was really ultimately in that first 20 because the last 20 they were really good. So ultimately the trajectory is upwards here for the Titans, whilst Dolphins negative, but a whole second half still to come can completely change that trajectory. It's just what we can see right now. And the ruck infringement is just 1-1. Has there not been a penalty in this game? Has there not been a single penalty in this game for a kick? I feel like there has. Have they just not updated this on the NRL.com? I feel like there has been a penalty. I think there's been a couple of penalties, no? Maybe I could be completely incorrect. Well, it doesn't have it here, so you guys have to let me know. But anyway, these stats are showing that the Titans are making more errors, but the Dolphins aren't too far behind on them. The effective tackle percentage is pretty similar. Collectively speaking, both these teams have poorly defended in this game. The Titans have got that forced dropout. The offloads is in favour of the Dolphins, both at a really fast play the ball speed. The average set distance is amazing for both these teams. The line breaks is more for the Dolphins, but Titans not too far behind. And the run meters in post-contact, which is domination Titans, but run meters is in advantage of the Titans. And then you go to the completion rate, which is the exact same at 77%. And the Dolphins have led in regards to the possession by literally just 0.07 seconds. So yeah, this is a good shaped game to come up here in the second half where you just don't know what's going to happen. Obviously, I'm going to have belief in my Titans here, and I'm going to back in my boys. But you know, I would love to see what you guys have to say based off what you've heard from the stats there on how you feel this game could go. Because again, to tell you about the ramifications of this game, if the Dolphins lose this game, they will be eliminated from the top 8 race. The Roosters will be not guaranteed, but they're basically guaranteed because Manly still have the slimmest of hopes. They would need an 82-point swing next week with the Roosters and Rabbitohs and Manly and Warriors games. It's not going to happen. That's why they're eliminated. But if the Dolphins lose, they are officially eliminated. And if that happens, the Titans win. They go into 16th position. The Knights will go down into last position. Right? Now, if the Titans lose, they will stay in 17th. But the Dolphins, they'll still be with a chance to make that top 8. They will be down... Well, they're down by about 21 points on the points differential right now. Roosters are plus 102. The Dolphins are plus 81. So they would like to eat into that deficit a little bit of that 21-point swing. But the Raiders probably rest their players next week against the Dolphins because they've already got the minor premiership. So the Dolphins would just need to win that game, and then they'd have to be the biggest biggest Rabbitohs fans that ever did Rabbitohs fan next week when the Roosters play the Rabbitohs on Friday night, and that is before the Dolphins game. So the Dolphins will know if they have a chance before that before their game starts, which is at least good for them because if the Roosters do find a way to lose to their arch nemesis, the Rabbitohs, the Dolphins will be primed to go full out against the Canberra Raiders on Sunday. And lock in their the top 8 spot. And they'll know exactly how much they need to win by as well. So, yeah, still nerve-wracking times for the Roosters. Still nerve-wracking times. But, yeah, Dolphins, you just need to get done with this game here today because the Titans, they fired up in that last 12 minutes and were down 18-0 but came back to 18-18. But like I said, thumbs up and subscribe. Real Fan Sports, it's hard to not be passionate. Raise that spoon with pride. That's great, Real Fan Sports. As a Tigers fan, you know all about that, don't you? Sundo says Dolphins don't deserve to make the finals. Realistically speaking, there's a lot of teams that don't necessarily deserve to make finals. I think the Roosters win against the Storm, despite the Storm being completely underhanded with like 8 players out and some really good players out in that game and key players to their spine. I still think that showed enough for the Roosters to deserve to make the 8. But like deserved is a harsh word. It's like if you... or undeserved is a harsh word to say for the Dolphins, based on the fact that if they win enough games and they have a better points differential, then they do deserve it comparatively to the Roosters. But I understand what you're saying. Like, there's been a lot of concerns about this Dolphins team throughout this year. Yeah, they were winning games by 50, but again, you look at their season and they just give up so many points. They gave up 64 points to the Roosters 3 weeks ago. They gave up 38 points to an undermanned Broncos team when they were up by 13 plus in the second half and lost that game by 10 points. And then they go and play the Manly Seagulls, who were a schmozzle, and gave up 58 points to them. And now the Titans are in 17th place. Have already scored 18 points in this game. So yeah, there's a lot to be worried about with the Dolphins, and they're not going to be winning any competitions this year. That's for absolute sure. But look, this will be a success for their season if they can just make the 8 for the first time in their history. But I will really emphasise as well, the Titans in their 3rd year actually came 3rd position on the table. So everyone keeps saying, oh, the Titans are a failure. The Dolphins have been much more successful in their first 3 years. You are incorrect. The Titans did not make the finals in their first year. The Dolphins did not make the finals in their first year. They came about a similar position around 12th. The second year in 2008, the Titans came about same place again, 12th, and I think the Dolphins finished about 10th. And then this year, the 3rd year in 2009, the Titans came 3rd. The Dolphins are currently in 10th with a chance to make the 8, but still they're not looking likely to make the finals. And then next year, the Titans ended up coming 4th. So we'll have to see what the Dolphins do. But based off of the beginning parts of their careers, these two teams, it's not actually true for your insult against the Titans. But I'm also very well aware that people are just trying to insult me. Sinksy says, boys should carry momentum to the next 40. Hopefully, well, the second half is about to start here, guys. So hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let us know your score predictions. There's probably plenty more points to come in this game. Give me 1 second here. All right, we're back. All right. K-Dan says, just need a Sarko for 1 and Finns -8. Well, I hope not. I hope not, but good luck. Nikhil, I'm so happy Titans made a game of this too. After 10 minutes in, I was thinking there could have been a better way to spend my Sunday evening. 10 minutes in, mate, I was thinking about, going to sleep. But the second half starts. Chandler the group grabs it, gives it to Moaki for the Waker. He'll be at the 15. Tommy says this is the Bulldogs' problem. And it is going to be... Oh, no. Geez, there's an injury here for one of the Dolphins boys. God bless him, man. Is that Finifuiaki? Yeah, it is. It's Finifuiaki, man. No, you never want to see this. He's going to have to come off for a HIA here, Finifuiaki. He must place his head really awkwardly here. Yeah, it's just an accidental head clash, or maybe even to Mikey Fodawaker's shoulder, and he looks out there, but he does get up, so hopefully we can see him back at the end of this game at some point in this game, but he will have to come off for a HIA, Finifuiaki. Tommy says this is the Bulldogs' problem. The speed of the ball is too slow. Yeah, thank you, Tommy. Yeah, Bulldogs aren't playing today, but thank you for letting us know. Sean says 33 likes. We can do better than that. Go and hit the like button, you cats. Go and hit the like button, you cats. Come on. Don't be saddos. Hit the like button. Let's get to at least 50 before the 30 minutes to go marker. Only 17 more likes to get to 50. Causa says Titans 18-18. My local club side going to grand final in 2 weeks, and I've dropped 10 kilograms playing footy. Today's a great day, mate. You are flying. You are flying. But let's see how the second half plays out. But at least the boys are showing us a bit of pride here at the back end of that first half. Third tackle here for the Titans at the 25. But, mate, Causa is absolutely flying. Titans here, fourth tackle to the 33. Sundo says, Blaze, none of that matters because Titans are winning. Hey, listen, Sundo, I'm here for you. I'm backing you in. I'm backing it in, Sundo. You know, as a massive Antarctic and Penguins fan, I hope the Titans can get up here today for the Gold Coast because the Gold Coast deserves it. Jaden Campbell, he's going to whack this ball down to the 15 where it's going to be Trey Fuller. He'll bring it out to the 20, then to the 25. And great hit there from Josh Patson and Mikey Fodawaker. Josh Patson's been good when he's come in this last part of the season. Getting his debut from Desi and coming in and giving it a red-hot crack. Second tackle out the 25 for the Dolphins. Damn tough way to start the half, Real Fan Sports says. Yeah, rough there for the old Dolphins, but look, the Dolphins are a spurt team. I do fully expect them to have a great 10 to 20 minute spurt at some point of this half, and they usually do like a good flurry at the beginning, but I do still think it'll be quite 50-50 in regards to the spurt because their spurts can be positive and their spurts can be negative. And Marshall King taken to the halfway point on fifth tackle. But they are playing for their season. Scott says Dolphins should go straight to scam. They ruined my perfect round. Hey, thanks, mate. Do you realise this is half... Wait, firstly, you're a Titans fan, but also secondly, this game is half time. There's still 38 minutes to go, and it's a tied game. It's basically 0-0. All right, Titans now second tackle at 20. No one's ruined anything of a perfect round yet. Dadsmate says Titans on a technical basis have more grand final appearances. Well, that is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Titans taking down to the 35. It's Katoa tried to get the strip, but he couldn't get it. And now Cleese Haas, he's going to bring this ball out here to the 41 on four tackle. I still see plenty of points in this game. I did say before the game started that it's probably going to be like a 38-30 win for whoever at the beginning of the game. I said if the Titans win 38-30 or the Dolphins win 38-30, that scoreline was around my prediction. And Jaden Campbell will kick this ball into the corner. So a bit of just a to and fro to start this first 2.5 minutes. And now the Tavita Nafahu will get this ball to the 18 on first tackle. Who makes the first mistake here, whether it be a penalty or a knock-on? Who makes the first mistake? Trey Fuller gets it across into Asako. Asako gives it across to Jake Avarillo. Avarillo's got space. No, he doesn't. Tony Francis gets the tackle down, and it'll be second tackle inside their own 20. Scott more disappointed in his tip than his team winning. Yeah, no. Like Brenton, you're exactly right. Scott, you should be extremely happy that your perfect round has been screwed if you are a Titans fan. Tip the Dolphins so that you get a win-win either way. If the Titans lose, you get your tip right. If the Titans win, well, your team won, you know? Like, Nicarima gives it out here to Kurt Donahue. Donahue gets away from Jojo Fafita. Then he gives it off here to Vita Nafahu. Nafahu steps again off to Nicarima. Nicarima, this is very reminiscent of the first half flurry. Isai Katoa gives it across to Avarillo. Avarillo at the 30, the 25, the 20 underneath now to Isako. And good defense from Tony Francis. Fifth tackle even the Dolphins at the 20. Good work there from Tone. Isai Katoa, he's just going to whack that ball up into the air. Nicarima chases it through. It's not going to be touched by anyone. Still fit tackle here for the Dolphins. Marshall King, he'll kick this ball over into the corner. And, oh no, Dolphins catch it. But they couldn't get the ball away. So Titans ball to 5. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Real Fan Sports loving the commitment to the profile pics, Daz and Casey. Yeah, I'll put Moose hat. I'll put Moose. You know what? If there's 5 minutes to go and we are going to win this game, I'll put it on. How about that? But it's only if we win the game. Thomas says, what the hell is that thing on the wall? What thing on the wall? He's talking about that. That's like a light. And that's a light switch. If you talk about that painting, it's a Vietnamese. Painting, son. Vietnamese painting. All right, so the clock has stopped here. I'm not too sure what's going on. 4.5 minutes in. Sean James says, outdoor, 10 kilograms only to start. 2 years ago, I looked like some suck a air hose up my ass. Okay, thank you, Sean, for the picture there. Didn't need to know that picture, but at least good motivation there for Causa to keep on losing some good old weight there. So second tackle now to 15. Titans have never lost a game, they've won. Therefore, they win today to avoid the spoon and lose next week. How about you shut your dirty mouth, Mitchell? Don't ever say that about the Titans ever again. How about that? It's a positive and it's a negative at the same time because the old mate is a Tigers fan here, so he's saying we're going to lose next week. How dare you? That's just ridiculous there, Mitchell. You were trying to be nice for 1 second in your life and you just couldn't do that, could you? Kieran Foran out to Brian Kelly and BK gets taken up to 40 on fit tackle. Never gets away. No, it's a penalty to the Dolphins. No, that's bad from BK. No, he is on the ground. The tackle is made and then he does put the pass away, so it is a penalty. That's unfortunate against Brian. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Brenton says, great read by that guy on the wing. That is the big tone E. Francis, mate. That's a big tone. That's the big tone. Never doubt the tone. Except for when he's going for a high ball, which he dropped in the first minute of the game. But never doubt the big tone outside of that. So Dolphins now, their chance to take back the lead here. Again, they need to win this game. Otherwise, they are eliminated from top 8 contention. Isaiah Katoa here at the 35. Gives it off to Josh Kerr. Josh Kerr is going to be 25 metres out, second tackle. Rogue mods are never nice, Daz, mate. No way. No way, Daz, mate. Yeah, no. That Mitchell bloke is a rogue mod as well. He really is. So third tackle now for the Dolphins. They're 15 metres out. Marshall King, he'll go to Isaiah Katoa. Isaiah Katoa at the 10. Nikarima into the line. Dolphins will score a try on the corner. Good offload there from Donahue, and Tavita Nafahu will score. So it'll be 22-18 with the kid to come. But like I said, guys, this game will be in spurts. Dolphins dominated the first 10 to 15, arguably 20. Titans rocketed through for the second half of that 20 in the first half. And now the Dolphins are dominating this opening 10-minute stanza for a 22-18 lead. But it's a great offload there from Donahue to Davida Nafahu, and he will score to make it a 4-point lead for the Dolphins. Well, you're back into 9th position, Dolphins. For the time being, you're back in. Difficult kick here, though. Difficult kick here from the sideline. Yeah, unfortunately, Jalen just fell off that tackle, or fell off making the wraparound tackle, and Nafahu just had an easy run to the line. Yeah, don't forget that they started the first half like this, though. They started the first half like this. Crazy, I might have only hit it. I don't know what Dad's mate's referring to there. / Mitchell. But yeah, it was too easy there. And like I said, whenever there's a team in the attacking 20 today, you do back them in for a try, whether that be the Dolphins or whether that be the Titans. Oh, Hami Satabuai-Fidow apparently got hit in the eye or something. Apparently got hit in the eye. But 32.5 minutes left here. And Dolphins lining up a kick we've already seen. If they get this kick, 40 points scored in the game. We'd have already seen 40 points if Jermaine Asako gets this kick. And Asako will curl it in. So it is 24-18 to the Dolphins with 32 minutes to go here of the game. Get involved in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. Brenton says, get Hammer some Seve goggles. Yeah, they were just talking about it in the commentary. I didn't see it, but apparently he might have got clocked in the eye at some stage and had a little bit of blood around his eyes, apparently. Dolphins will completely rue... maybe not the Broncos game, but 22-18 is 38. Okay, Mitchell. You know what? Give it a rest, all right? How about that one? How about you just give it a rest? So, the Dolphins will probably rue the most out of that Broncos loss, I would say, and the Manly one, but the Broncos loss when they're up 13+ in the second half will really hurt them. That'll really hurt them when they look back at their season. Especially with the Broncos having no Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds and all that, and still being able to score 38 points and being down 13+ in the second half. How about Nickel? Why don't you have a rest as well? How about you both just have a rest? How about that one? Get around your Fred. Rapetti says, costly mistake, passed off ground. Yeah, it was a costly mistake which put the Titans under pressure. And when there's pressure in this game, you're more than likely going to see Trey Fuller's away here. And here's the flurry. Saikatoa's going to score out of the post. And here's the flurry. And here is the flurry. The Dolphins will score again. It's going to be 28-18 with the kid to come. This game is just flurries, man. It is just flurries. And the Dolphins will score, and they're going to take it to a 12-point lead. They're going to take it to a 12-point lead here, and we've already seen 16 points scored in this game, Mitchell. We have already seen 16 points scored in this game. No, it's about to be a 48 points scored. Son says on my days. This is what happens, man. It's what we saw in the first 10 minutes of the first half, but this is also what we saw in the first 10 minutes of the second half against the Broncos, and then the Dolphins collapsed as well. So, that's the thing. You look at this game right now and you say, well, the Dolphins are tearing away, but they do this. They do this and let the other team get back into the game. This is why I predicted a 38-30 scoreline either way before the game, because they just like to do this. There's still so many points left in this game, and there's still time for the Titans to have their flurry. I just don't know where this game goes from here. If this was against if the Dolphins were a more consistent team, I'd be guaranteeing them to still get to 50 at this point. But you just don't know how it's going to go. You just don't know. Tino Tendars is minus 7.5 in this game. Do they win this? I don't know, mate. Again, it's really difficult to tell you. It's really difficult. Because this exact same thing happened in the first 10 minutes, and the Dolphins led 18-0, and the Titans came back to 18-18 by half-time. 30 minutes to go here of the game, guys. It is currently about to be 30-18 to the Dolphins. After a couple of quick tries right post half-time, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. We'll be live for all 8 games next week, regardless of how boring some of them might be, with players being rested and all that. There's still a couple of games that need to define us for the top 8 right now, and also for the top 4, and also for the wooden spoon. So Jermaine Asako will get the kick, and it will be 30-18 with 30 minutes to go here of the game. The biggest thing that worries me about next week, if the Titans had found a way to win this game, then we could avoid the wooden spoon next week before the Knights even play. But if the Titans were to lose this game and win the Tigers game, they would go equal with the Knights and be above them, but the Knights still have the game on Sunday against the Eels, and they'll have a lot to play for, so it'll make me a little bit nervous knowing that they can still play to avoid the spoon after our game and know what they need to do, if you know what I mean. Do you reckon we will rest players? No way, Olivia. You didn't make the top 4. No way. Why would you? That'd be silly. You're playing for a lot. You're playing for a lot. But the Dolphins now, they are on plus 93, so they're 9 points differential behind the Roosters, but they're still 2 points short of them. And this has been a really odd game. This second tackle now at the 24. Tino Tender says, love your work, man. Watching NRL games with your commentary is so surreal. Bless you, man. Appreciate you, Tino Tender. And knock on from the Dolphins. Titans ball up to 30. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Come on. Give us our flurry now. Give us our flurry. Brenton says, you shouldn't be worried. We can't score over 10 points. Hey, you controversially scored 10 points too, mind you, because your first try for me wasn't a try. But, and to be fair, you still got another try later on in the game to make it 16. So you're a liar, Brenton. You're a liar. You're a liar. You scored, 16 points against the Sharks? You're a liar, Brenton. So they're going to challenge this here, the Dolphins, and say that this ball was stripped. No, he's being pushed away there. I don't think that's a strip. Yeah? No, that's just a knock on. Lost challenge. Let's go. Both teams have lost their challenge in this game. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Thank you, Josh. That is just a lost ball. Titans get the ball. Oh, boy. Wait, 16. Holy shit, I didn't watch the end of it. Yeah, you scored a try in the last couple of seconds of the game, but I hate to break it to you. Let me hold your hand when I say this. The Sharks still scored in the last seconds of the game too. So you scored, and I was like, the Sharks aren't finishing to the line like usual, but then the Sharks scored right afterwards, and with like 30 seconds to go. And I think the handicap was like minus 18.5 for that game, so a lot of the handicap bettors would have been cheering for that. Would have been cheering for that. Because they got their hearts broken, and then their hearts re-bandaged by not Mulatalo. Mulatalo did score a hat-trick today, but who was the try scorer? I can't remember. Hamlin Ueli, I think. Lemielu passes HIA, by the way. Jojo Fafita now. He's going to be 13 metres away here from the Dolphins line. Come on, Gold Coast. This game has no defense in it. Titans are in the attack in 20. Jaden Campbell gives it off here to Kieran Foran. Kieran Foran at the back now. Here's a chance for the Gold Coast into the line. Keanu Kinney onto the field for the Gold Coast as well. A lot earlier than usual. Good to see. We love that. Third tackle now at the 13. Bo Furman back to Sam Verrills, up to Khalees Haas. And Khalees Haas is going to be 5 metres away. Come on, Titans. Find a way to get in here. Find a way to get in. Sam Verrills. He goes short. Goes to himself. Oh, he'll be fit tackle 4 metres out. Good defence there from the Dolphins on the short. They get it back. Khalees Haas out to Kieran Foran. Foran, short ball. Oh, Keanu Kinney had speed, but it will be good lock-up defense from the Dolphins 3 metres out. I don't mind the play there from Keanu. It looked like there might have been a play on the inside, but unfortunately he will get tackled by the Dolphins. And, someone's complaining about being taken without the ball here. I didn't see it, but someone from the Titans was complaining about it. And the Dolphins will receive a penalty for I think a shoulder charge against the Titans, high tackle. Brendan says, we haven't won in the Bermuda Triangle the last 11 or 12 games there. The Bermuda Triangle? What on the earth is the Bermuda Triangle? The Bermuda Triangle, he reckons. What the hell is the Bermuda Triangle? Are you talking about Shark Park? Or are you talking about Combank? What's the Bermuda Triangle, Brenton? You been smoking? You been smoking today? Alright, so yeah, not Lemielu, it is Lemielu, sorry. Not Fiuaki, I said originally. It was Lemielu who went up for the HIA, and he's passed his HIA, so he's back. Why did he only come on? Is he coming back from an injury? Who? Keanu? Yeah, well, are you talking about Keanu? Yeah, Keanu's been injured for most of this season, mate. He's only played the last couple of games off the bench. And, Desi's obviously had AJ as his fullback this year. Dolphins now third tackle at the 50. Shark Park is the Bermuda Triangle. Haven't you heard that before? Well, I have now. I probably have at some point, but I haven't thought about it for a very long time if I have. Cody Nicarima at the 40. And now Trey Fuller will get this ball all the way across to Avarillo. There's space here, but great defensive tackle there from AJ Brimson, and Jojo Feeder locks him down at the 27. Would you rather Kinney or Campbell? Well, Campbell's not a fullback anymore. Yeah, he plays the halfback, so no, I'm taking Kinney over Campbell in the fullback, and I'm taking Kinney over AJ in the fullback too, to be fair. Nicarima at the back now to Nafahu. Nafahu steps inside, and it's going to be fit tackle here at the 20. Outside, set up Cronulla from Shark Park. Yeah, they did it the hard way today. They weren't too impressive for a long portion of the first half, but at least they came through trumps in the end and won convincingly. And Titans go up for it, and great grab there from Keanu Kenny. And he'll bring it out to the 12 here. Love to see that from Big Special K. What else would the Bermuda Triangle mean in NRL terms? Well, I don't know. Bermuda Triangle hasn't been a thing for like 20 years because people realise that it's not aliens anymore. They realise that it's a bad area for technology. Outside the Sharks win the comp. Well, I don't think you even believe that right now. I think we all know that it's a knock on there from the Titans, and the Dolphins won the ball at 30. Chris Randall knocked that ball on. I think even Sharks fans are very well aware there needs to be a lot of work done before they can win the grand final this year. Are they sneaky? Sure, but they're a very hard team to completely get behind. Like, my mum's a Sharks fan. I tipped them for the preseason to win the comp, but I've been very disappointed by the Sharks this year overall. And a win over the Titans and the Knights isn't going to prove shit. And they didn't even do it that greatly against the Knights overall, but they did still win in the end. So look, we'll wait and see. But I don't think that the Sharks are in my top four for who's going to win the comp this year so far, unless things change. But they've got a lot of convincing to do. And outside says, BK, it's our year. I think you and I both know that that I'm being quite honest here. Isai Katoa, he'll give it off to Lemuelu, who's back on the field. 4 tackle here, 3 metres out from the line. I'd love nothing more to say the Sharks win the comp. I predicted it pre-season, but I don't believe it right now. At all. Isai Katoa, there's an easy try coming up for the Dolphins. They make a mistake and slows the play down. And Dolphins were taking out at 10. Fit tackle. My top 4 right now. It depends on Teamless Tuesday. Man. I don't know what the Storm do. And Titans will get the intercept through AJ Brimson. He'll be just taken down at the 5. He'll just be taken down at the 5. Oh, they're trying to show someone in the coach's box. That was Christian Wolf. Terrible attack. Yeah, it wasn't great attack there from the Dolphins. So second tackle here for the Titans at the 10. The game slowed down a little bit. We all know it's going to be Panthers Raiders grand final. I disagree. I don't have the Panthers making the grand final. I've got Storm Raiders, which sounds obvious because it's first and second, but there's a reason why it's first and second too. And it's the reason why it's obvious. Khalees Haas gets the off away. Sam Verrills and to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell steps and pushes away from 1. He'll get this ball out to the 30 on fit tackle. Not a great set here from the Gold Coast by any means. Sam Verrills off to Kieran Foran. And Foran with just a normal kick to the 25. And it's going to be Trey Fuller taking it out to the 35, to the 40. He's been able to find some really good gaps today with his speed. Lagan says, I have Sharks versus Warriors grand final. Thank you, Lagan. Thank you, mate. That's really, really good gear from you. Great gear. Second tackle. So Hamiso is off the field at the moment for the Dolphins. And Avarillo goes right-hand side. He finds some good space. Gets the ball to the 40 on third tackle. Still 24 minutes left here this game. Couple of tries for the Dolphins so far in the second half, but nothing so far for the Gold Coast. Would I be surprised if the Panthers win the comp? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't be crazy surprised, but yeah, I would. I think there's better teams. Isaiah Katoa, left-hand side. Nikarima gets tripped up at the 10. Jeez, I thought that was going to be another try. Fit tackle now, 8 metres out. Well, you're starting to feel like the Dolphins should probably go away with this. They run this ball on Fit. That was really silly. And then Oren Keeley just gives the ball back to the Titans at the 3. At the 3. So I don't know what the Dolphins are doing on their fit tackle options. Brenton says that would be the biggest blindside of Wild Sharks Grand Final. That'd be such a random Grand Final. I don't know about the view. The Warriors would get the gigantic viewership behind them, but Sharks wouldn't have a gigantic viewership behind them. But then again, they did bring out like 60 to 70,000 Sharks fans for the Accor Stadium Grand Final in 2016. Don't know where all they have gone though. Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, he'll bring it out to the 15 on third tackle. Back to Keanu Kenny, then to Brian Kelly. Need a penalty to get out of this area right now. He gets the offload away there, BK. To Regan Campbell-Gillard. He'll get this ball out to the 30. That's a huge run there from RCG. You'd like to see that. Disappointed this year, but that was a huge run from RCG. Sam Verrills goes left-hand side. Then off to Kieran Foran. Foran to AJ Brimson. Brimson steps. He goes to the inside the 50. It'll be fit tackle. Okay, put up a good kick here, Gold Coast. Put up a good kick. Jaden Campbell. That's going to be, if they can chase this ball hard here, there's going to be a hard one to take. It's going to be a mistake there from the Dolphins. Mistake from the Dolphins, and this is going to be Titans knock on, they say. Damn it. I don't think we have a challenge either to challenge that. Oh, we do. We do have a challenge. We are going to challenge this here, the Titans. I didn't know if we had a challenge. I felt like we lost that challenge early, didn't we? I must be completely wrong. I must be completely wrong, but the Titans will challenge this. I know the Dolphins lost theirs. For some reason, I thought the Titans did. Trey Fuller. Does Trey Fuller touch that, or is it Bowie Firma who touches that? Who touches this ball first? And that's Trey Fuller who touches that. That's Trey Fuller who touches that. Trey Fuller, I don't know if that touches... If that touches Bowie Firma's hand, then that's a knock-on into Bowie Firma from Trey Fuller. It's a knock-on from Trey Fuller into Bowie Firma. Well, that's a knock-on into Bowie Firma from Trey Fuller. But I don't know what the bunker calls, because the bunker's been awful this week. The bunker's been awful this week, so I don't know what they call here. Trey Fuller. I feel like Trey Fuller gets his hand to that first, and then Bo Firma touches that, which would be a knock-on. Nothing conclusive to overrule the on-field decision. Well, I thought Trey Fuller clearly touched that ball first, but like I'm okay with it. It's going to be inconclusive, so it'll be Dolphins ball here at the 30. Dolphins will luckily come up with the call there. So it'll be inconclusive. The Titans keep their challenge. It's actually at the 20, by the way. The Titans keep their challenge, but it will be Dolphins ball. And now they bring this ball out here to the 20 on first tackle. Bit of a lull this game at the moment. Haven't seen points scored for a while. Dolphins taken down to the 30 on second tackle. I still think there's a couple of tries left in this game, to be fair. All right, Marshall King off to Francis Molo. And Francis Molo will be at the 40. Question book's out. Third tackle. Marshall King to Cody Nikarima. Nikarima at the back here. Trey Fuller gives it off to Vita Nafahu, who steps onto the inside. He gets away from a couple of tackles. And he will be taken down at the 40 on 4 tackle. I know he's hurt himself in something there. God bless him. He's grabbing at his right leg, and it'll be fit tackle here for the Dolphins, and they will be at the 35. 20 minutes to go here in the game, guys. 20 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new around here. The Dolphins lead 30-18, but a bit of a lull in the game at the moment, but the Dolphins chase it through. Titans, Keanu Kenny gets up in the air very high. Very high. This really annoys me sometimes. It really just gets, like, clocked up, this cross all over the shop. All right, second tackle. Now third tackle for the Dolphins, and they're going to get this ball to the for the Titans. Sorry, and they'll get this ball to the 17. Second up possession. The Titans have only been to 39%. And at least we'll get this ball now to the 30 on 4 tackle. Sharks Warriors Grand Final. You're lucky you're not hidden for that take. As it says. Oh, that's going to be. Is that going to be played out? I don't think so. I think this is still 4 tackle. Yep, and it's going to be at the 35. So the commentary's saying this should be a restart set, but the referee has said no. Jaden Campbell gets this ball across into Kieran Foran. They're going to run this on fit tackle, and it's going to be AJ Brimson who gets this ball up to Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly kicks that ball back on the inside here for Bowie Firma. Bowie Firma's going to catch this ball. Bowie Firma's going to catch this ball. He's going to get it off. Who is this? It's going to be true regardless. It's AJ Brimson. I didn't know if it was Jalen DeGroot or AJ Brimson, but the Titans will score. And they're back in the game, baby. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know if it was AJ Brimson or Jalen DeGroot. It's a bit of yeah. But it is a try time for the Titans with 19 minutes to go. If they get this kick, it'll be a 6-point game. Come on to Gold Coast. Really beautiful kick here from Brian Kelly. And I love that the Titans spread this at the 30 on 5th. They get the ball to AJ Brimson, who then finds BK in space. And then BK's got a rampaging Bowie Firma run through. Bounces up beautifully. And then he's got inside plays, outside plays. AJ has a step. And then Trey Fuller was beaten. And AJ Brimson will score in the corner. Come on. Come on. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Great kick here from BK. It sat up absolutely perfectly for Bowie Firma. And he needed it to. He needed it to. And then Bo just finds AJ because he knows he's not going to have the speed. And AJ with his footwork will do over Trey Fuller with a good step there. And Trey Fuller's obviously a bit out to the outside. And AJ will score in. Come on. 8-point game regardless. On the first. Great song. Da, 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 da. Great song at Suncorp. Great song at Suncorp. Da, 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 da. Repetti says, here come the Titans. Bang, son. Here come the Brim Dog. Here comes the Brim Dog. Outside says, I hope the Titans lose. Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't give a fuck what you think. So it's going to be 18 and a half minutes to go here of the game, and it's going to be 30-22 the Dolphins. Come on, get this kick here. Yeah, Dasmas' BKR karaoke night. Exactly right. Exactly right. It looks like the Queensland Derby's living up to it. Well, both Queensland Derbies have been high-scoring games this week. Obviously, 38-30 to the Broncos of the Cowboys in a controversial one, but a high-scoring game. And in this game here between the Dolphins and Titans, we've already seen 52 points scored, and hopefully Jaden Campbell can kick this one from the sideline to bring it a 6-point game. Come on, JC. You're all over this, JC. You're all over this, JC. Come on, he will. Yes, he will! Yes, he will! Yes, he will! That's him. That's him. 6-point game. That's him. That's him. That's him. Gee whiz. That's him. Did you know that's him? Did you know that's him? Well, if you didn't, you now know that's him. 18 minutes to go. Game on. Dolphins. Gee whiz. You need to hold this one out, mate. You need to hold this one out. You need to hold this one out. 18 minutes to go. And the Dolphins will kick this one to the Titans in the end goal. Still think there's potentially even a couple of tries left in this game. Khalees Haas for either team. Khalees Haas brings this ball out here to the 10. Come on, just one try in here, Gold Coast. You know you have the ability to score. It's just about not conceding. And it's going to be second tackle here for the Titans. They go left-hand side of Regan Campbell-Gillard. He's had a couple of good runs in this game. Second tackle here at the 20. Sam Verrills, he'll go to Tino with a great run. He'll get this ball to the 35 on 4 tackle. It's been an okay set to get ourselves out of a bit of trouble. Sam Verrills, left-hand side, and Foran tries to step inside, but he slips over at the 50 on fit tackle. So Sam Verrills to Jaden Campbell. Let's get a real difficult kick. It should be taken there by Trey Fuller, and Trey Fuller will grab this ball at the 10. Would love an error on this set here from the Dolphins. Really would love it. At least we've still got our challenge as well. 17 minutes left. Close game here at Suncorp. To finish off the round, we like to see we had a great close game between the Tigers and the Cowboys last week to finish off the round. And we've got a close game here between the Titans and the Dolphins to finish off round 26. And one round to go, guys, of the regular season. Get pumped up. Dolphins 4 tackle. There have been question marks about the Dolphins' fitness levels. I do like that from the commentary. They haven't been great when finishing off games. They are fantastic when they're hot, but when they're not. Nicarima taken down to the 33. And now back to the 35 on fit tackle. Shout out Brent Naden for selling the game last week. And Isai Katoa, he'll put that ball up. Bit of a basic kick, easy one to grab there for Brian Kelly, and he will grab that at the 10. It'll be first tackle for the Titans, 10 metres out. Kieran Foran gives it off here to Keanu Kenny, and Keanu Kenny will be at the 11 on second tackle. Come on, Titans, we need a good set here, man. We need to get ourselves out of trouble. Brian Kelly, he'll bring this ball to the 20. Good couple of post-contact meters there, but still third tackle at the 20 is not great. Bowie Firma 4 tackle, 25. Not liking this set. Not liking this set at all. Tino Fasumalawi needed that one, though. Needed that one. He will get the... Oh, dude, he had the offload. He gets the offloader then. Then Regan Campbell-Gillard, Kieran Foran. Kieran Foran's going to run this ball here to the 45 on fit tackle. At least they're passing the ball around a little bit here, the Gold Coast. Passing the ball around a little bit. Now, Sam Verrills. And he'll kick this ball... Jaden Campbell into the corner, hit the grass. It will hit the grass, and it will be a beautiful kick. It'll sit up at the in-goal, and then Sarko's going to bring it back from his own in-goal here. And then Titans will take him down at about 12 metres out. Now focus in on the defence here, Gold Coast. Focus in. Isai Katoa, he'll give it off, try and force an error. It's going to be Avarillo at the 20. So it's the second time here you got winning. Well, I'm a Titans fan, man, so I'm obviously going to try and tell you the Titans are going to win, but... Look, I think ultimately the Dolphins should win considering they're the only team playing for that top 8. But if the Titans can score and win this game, they actually will jump out of 17th into 16th position. Marshall King gets taken down here at the 40 on 4 tackle. Can end in a tie. It can end in a draw, but would send it to extra time for 10 minutes and then there'd be 10 minutes of golden point. Fit tackle here at the halfway point. Marshall King goes right-hand side. Isai Katoa. The Titans will get this ball at the 20. Brian Kelly steps, and Brian Kelly's away. Go BK, the 30, the 40, the 45. He gives it off to Keanu King, and he knows a forward pass from Brian Kelly. Oh, Brian, that was the game right there. We actually scored onto the post through Keanu Kenny, and Brian Kelly throws the ball forward. Oh, dude, Keanu Kenny had a guaranteed try to the post, and Brian Kelly throws the ball forward after some great work here. Then some great work, and oh yeah, definitely is forward. It's absolutely correct. He should have thrown that well beforehand. Oh, dude. Keanu Kenny had a guaranteed try under the post as well. If he just had to pass that ball normally. Damn it, dude. So Dolphins ball at the 50. Oh, that was the game right there. We would have been tied up. So the Dolphins now at the 45. That's BK, though. He can make a big plays. Rocks and diamonds. He had the diamonds, and then he unfortunately also had the rocks. First tackle, now second tackle here for the Dolphins at the 32. They go right-hand side off to Donahue, then to Felice Kafusi, who's going to be 24 metres away from the line. They go to the left-hand side to Donahue. Donahue at the back into Isai Katoa. Isai Katoa steps. He'll be 13 metres away for tackle. I think if the Dolphins score, I don't know if the Titans can come back from a 2-score deficit now. But then again, we all know rugby league nowadays, anything can still happen. And it'll be fifth tackle here for the Dolphins, 10 metres out. Marshall King, he'll go left-hand side to Isai Katoa. He'll go at the back of Nikorima. Nikorima's going to score a try, and BK is kind of screwed us here, lads. Oh, Brian Kelly screwed us there, unfortunately. Makes a great run, great play, and then he throws the ball forward. If he just throws the ball to Keanu Kenny at any stage backwards or even flat, it's a guaranteed try. It's a tied game, 30-30 under the post, but the Dolphins will score, and with 13 minutes to go, like there's still time here for the Titans, and they've still got the ability to do it, but it's just a really bad play from Brian Kelly there that has ultimately put us into this position, because you know that when a team is on the attack in any side of this field, whether it be against the Dolphins or against the Titans, the team's going to score, and that's what happens there. And that's what happens. All right. Nick Hill says Kelly ruined everything. Yeah, but and that's the thing, right? Because he started it too. Like he made a brilliant break down that left-hand sideline, and it was there. Like it was there for him, but yeah, you know, he just unfortunately didn't pass the ball quick enough, and that's ultimately what's gonna screw us there, because it would have been a tied game. It would have been. Sebon says, any defending going on? Well, neither of these teams can defend, mate. You know, the Dolphins have given up 160 points in the last 3 weeks. Inclusive this week, they're at 184 points in the last month. The Dolphins have conceded 184 points in the last month of footy. So, you know, I don't see them making the finals. If they get in by a miracle, they get knocked out very quickly. But, yeah, the Titans have given up 655 points this year. They're about to go into the worst defensive team in the comp. We all knew this game was going to be a high-scoring affair, and that's why I said 38-30 either way, and I'm not too far off it, to be fair. To be fair, you didn't actually see the ball touch the ground there, but they already confirmed the try. But Isako, 34-24. We've seen 58 points scored in this game. 58 points with 12 minutes to go. Jeez, you're heartbroken for Brian Kelly because like he makes the mistake, but you're heartbroken because he made such a good play to tie the game up too. Ben says, I don't think he grounded that, did he? I didn't think so either, but like they've already called it a try confirmed, and Asako will get the conversion. So it's a 36-24 game here with 12 minutes to go of the game. It's not over yet, but you just got to be so frustrated that pass didn't happen. That pass didn't go to plan. So 11 minutes and 46 seconds left here of the game. 12 points the difference. 12 points the difference. You can try having the time of my life. Would have been having the time of my life if that pass went backwards. Would have been having the time of my life. Okay, they go for the short kick here, the Titans. I don't mind it. But the Dolphins do catch it at the 35. It's a good kick, though. Good kick, though, into a good area. All right, so the Dolphins now at the 35, Marshall King. We need an error or a penalty or something to get us back into this game now. 11 and a half minutes left. I've liked AJ Brimson today. I've liked Keanu Kenny when he's come on. I think Regan Campbell-Gillard's had one of his better games for the club. Josh Patchen's been solid. They've pieced apart that left-hand side a lot of times with Amisa and whatnot, but I've been impressed by a couple of the boys. But left-hand side, Trey Fuller gives it off here to Amiso, and Amiso is going to be at the 30 on 4 tackle. Swift says Kieran Foran will score 13 points himself in these last 10 minutes. I hope so, Swifts. I'm really happy for Foz to get that try in the first half. You give him his moment in his last 2 games of his career. 10 minutes to go here at the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Appreciate you for tuning in as per usual. And they go right. Isaka Toa gives it off. They get it across to Jermaine Asako. Good cover defense from there from AJ Brimson. Let it bounce, Keanu, and let's go. By the way, Keanu's playing fullback here. AJ's playing centre. I want to point this out here. AJ's playing centre here on that left-hand side. So Keanu is playing the fullback and AJ is playing the centre. Is this a Josh Hannay direction? I think it may be. Des Hasler is the coach, but Hannay's coming in. Hannay would probably have suggested that to see what it's going to be like. AJ is in the centres and Keanu has been playing fullback in this second half. So they go to Isaac Asul Malawi, who gets this ball out here to the 35. Sure, he doesn't get a say yet, does he? Well, not really, but he would ask. I guess he could ask. I don't know, unless the organisation's just done it for him. Keanu Kenny at the back of Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell underneath here to Chris Randall, and Chris Randall the 45. Like, I don't know, but I have noticed that Keanu's been playing fullback and AJ's been in the centres. Sam Verrills goes to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell steps into the line, and he'll be 35 metres out, fit tackle. Sam Verrills to Kieran Foran. Kieran Foran puts that ball up into the air. The chase through here from the Titans will be knocked back here for the Titans. Tino gives it across. That's going to be... it's going to be knocked back from the Dolphins. Damn, that was huge there from the Titans, but the Dolphins will get the ball to 5. The Dolphins touched it, but it does go backwards. So close. So close. Cody Nicarima now to Jake Avarillo, and Avarillo will be at the 10. Second tackle. Nicarima now goes right inside to Hamiso, and Hamiso is going to be taken down here at the 15 on 3rd tackle. Oh, it was a good... Jermaine Sarko was there for that deflected ball backwards. Not sure if Hannah would be able to manage the team this early. Well, the thing is, why would Keanu be fullback and AJ be centre if not? Because Des has never shown an inclination to that. Well, I guess he did last year, but like AJ was the 5'8" last year and Keanu was the fullback. I don't know, but Keanu is fullback here. So Keanu will take this ball out here to the 35, and it's going to be first tackle. Come on, Titans. There's still plenty of time here. First tackle. Jalen DeGroot back to Jojo Fafita, off to Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly goes out to the left-hand side. AJ Brimson gives it off here to Bowie Firma on the wing. And Bowie Firma at the 40, pushes away from 1, then we take it down to the 40. Yeah, come on, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Sean says, let's go 50 likes. Let's do it. Second tackle. Bowie Firma off to Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly will be at the 45. Maybe the players make the decision themselves. Nah, I doubt it. No, that wouldn't be happening. Maybe it is like Steve telling Des to do it or something. I don't know. Keanu Kenny floats out of the right. He steps on the inside. No one's following him up, though. No one followed him up. There was a brilliant run there from Keanu, but no one followed Keanu up for the offload. Jaden Campbell to Kieran Foran. Foran gets it across here to AJ Brimson. Brimson gets it off to Bowie Firma. And Bowie Firma now will get this ball to the 25. And AJ Brimson then passes off to Kieran Four on last play here for the Titans. They put that ball up into the air. The chance is there. Knock on there from the Dolphins. Titans ball. JC. Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell! Boom, 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 boom! 36-28 with the kick to come. Come on. Game on. Game on, Gold Coast. JC follows it up nicely, and here we go. Come on. Van Dodgy under the high ball. The Dolphins, Trey Fuller's dropped a couple, and the Titans are going to be... I did say the predicted scoreline was 38-30, mind you, and Dolphins are going to be up 36-30. And Jaden Campbell just picks it up out of the air and steps, and he knows he can get around Nichols when he gets there. The Darkfire says, lock in, lads. They'll rush this kick, and we'll get underway. Was he given a fair chance? Yes, he was. Kurt Donahue knocks the player out of the way, if anything, so it would be an escort. But Keanu Kenny is going up for the ball. He's going up for the ball. Yeah, no, he's going for the ball. Yes, he is playing at the ball there, Voss. Stop it. He is playing at the ball. It's Trey Fuller has hit him. That's fine. That is a try. Six and a half minutes to go here. They haven't confirmed this is a try yet. They still haven't confirmed it. They're still holding, and now is he setting up? Time off. It's not under review. What's happening? What's happening right now? Are they still reviewing this? Confirm the try. Come on. Come on. Shut your mouth, Dolphins fans. You've only been a fan for 3 years. Shush. But it's going to be a try confirmed there. Keanu Kenny's clearly going for the ball in that situation. So Jaden Campbell here to make it a 36-30 ball game. And Jaden Campbell will make the kick. Okay, 6-point game, 6 minutes to go. Come on, Gold Coast. Come on, Gold Coast. Find a way in this last 6 minutes. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, guys. Come on. Dolphins, you need to win this, otherwise your season's over. Titans, if they win this, they go out of the spoon for this week, and then there's one game to go. Let us know in the chat who you think wins this game. Do you think the Dolphins hold out here to keep their top 8 alive, or do you think the Titans can find a way to snare it at the death? We know these two teams can't defend, but there's still 6 minutes left. It was crazy to hear Blocker Roach talking some sense of Keanu Kenny was competing for the football in the air. Great to hear for the first time in history. Things do happen. Miracles can happen, as Rapetti says, and Blocker Roach talking some sense for once is amazing scenes. So the Dolphins will kick this ball off. And the Titans will receive this ball on the in goal. And they pass this ball very big across here. And they try to maybe spread it. But Keanu Kenny gets this ball to the 10. Kurt Donahue goes on report, by the way. Goes on report. And now Titans, Mawaki Fodawaker. He'll get this ball to the 15 on second tackle. Kenny next trying to kill says, hopefully, mate. Hopefully. Right-hand side. And Brian Kelly now gets this ball to the 25 on third tackle. Come on. Good offload. Second tackle still. Sam Verrills. He'll get the... No, he won't get the offload away. Could have, but 31 metres out. 5.5 minutes to go here the game. Joke Animation says, go Dolphins. Well, you need to win, man. You need to win. Jaden Campbell. He's going to step. He's going to step again. He's still going. And now he will get this ball to the 40 on fourth tackle. Oh, that's going to be... Ooh, I would have thought there was going to be a knock-on there. Either a knock-on or a penalty, but they don't go... Penalty to the Titans. Let's go. Come on! High tackle. I am surprised, though, the Dolphins didn't receive a... I'm surprised they didn't call a knock-on for the Titans just then. I am surprised. I am surprised. Penalty for the Titans here at the halfway point. They're going to get an attacking opportunity. 5 minutes to go here of the game. Felice Kafusi with a high tackle. We're not surprised it's Felice Kafusi. We're not surprised. No one's surprised. Not even Felice Kafusi surprised. All right, so penalty to the Titans here, and here's their chance. This game has been just back and forth with flurries. The Titans 24 metres away here from the line. Dolphins, this is your season right now. You need to defend for your season. Otherwise, if you do not win this, you are eliminated. Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, he'll get this ball to the 15. Come on, Gold Coast. Find a way through. Second tackle. Even if they don't score, there will still be time. Sam Verrills to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell gives it off here too. Oh, he's lost the ball. Yep, Chris Randall, he's lost the ball. Well, look, you know what? I'm going to say ball don't lie in that situation. I'm going to say ball don't lie because the Titans, I believe, knocked the ball on at the 40 that wasn't picked up. And then, they're going to challenge this here, though. If it is an unsuccessful challenge here, then I will say ball don't lie because I did think there was a knock-on for the Titans to the 40 that wasn't picked up. Infinite Kibis, the Dolphins look tired. They always do at the back end of games, man. Either way, like the Dolphins aren't doing anything this year, but like they want to at least be in the fight for the final game. Ooh. No, he does lose the ball on the Dolphin. No, it does hit a Dolphin. This will be a knock-on. It does hit a Dolphin. I think it might have come off the thigh here of Nikorima. Yeah, for me that comes off of Nikorima's thigh. There'll be a knock-on against Chris Randall here. For mine. Yeah, hits the knee of Nikorima. So it will be a knock-on. So I will say ball don't lie, because I think that's what should have happened up at the other end of the field. All right, so 4 minutes 14 to go here. Challenge unsuccessful, but at least the Titans can get into their defensive line now and just try and keep the Dolphins down here. Hey, you got to give me credit though. I did say that the score would be 38-30. You got to give me credit for that. I did make a prediction of this score pre-game of 38-30, and the score is currently 36-30. So you got to give me credit for that. Throughout displays, regardless of the result, the Titans can definitely look at themselves in the mirror and say they left it all out there. Come on, Titans. I agree, mate. Defensively, no, but attacking-wise, absolutely, and they've given it a crack here. Jermaine Asako will be 15 metres away from the line, but this is what this score had written all over it before this game anyway. I said, got to give me credit for a 38-30 prediction. So, Marshall King, there's still not plenty of time, Leon, but there's still a good 2 sets left on the table here for the Titans. It's a good 2 sets. Yeah, Dion. Not the time, bro. All right, so it's going to be third tackle. Looks like Toa gives it underneath it to Trey Fuller. Now it's going to be 45 metres out. Fourth tackle. Marshall King. He'll go to Mark Nichols. It'll be fifth tackle at the 40. You'll still get about 2 sets here, Gold Coast, if you do well with it. Marshall King, right-hand side. Come on, Titans. Just get this ball here. The ball might be allowed to bounce here. The ball will be allowed. No, it won't bounce, but Hamisa will get locked down to the 30. Good defensive tackle by Jojo Fafita. And the Titans will get the ball here at our 30. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the game for the Titans to try and tie this up. Hamisa trying to waste the time there with the ball, but it's fine. Come on. So Titans will get this ball to the 40. Isaac Fa'asumalawi on first tackle. Come on, Gold Coast. Find a way. Find a way. Find a way. Tino Fa'asumalawi will get this ball here to the 45 on second tackle. Just think if Brian Kelly had got that ball backwards. Oh, it would have been so different. Sam Verrills off to Jaden Campbell. He gives it across here to Chris Randall. He'll hold the ball at the 44. Third tackle. 2 minutes 45 to go here of the game. Dolphins fighting for their season. Titans trying to avoid the spoon. Kieran Foran underneath here to Keanu Kinney. Keanu Kinney steps. He steps again. He gives it off to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell's got some space here. JC's got some space here. JC's away here. He gives it to Keanu Kinney. He's 15 metres out for tackle. 15 metres out for tackle. Titans go left-hand side. They give to AJ Brimson. He kicks this ball through. Bo will. Oh, it's going to be a 7 tackles. Oh, it's a dropout. Oh my gosh, Bo saved it. It's a dropout. Bo just saved that. Bo has just saved that by knocking that ball back in, and the Dolphins are going to be dropping this ball out. Oh my gosh. Wow, well done from Bo here. He couldn't get the ball. AJ Brimson's grab a little bit too far. If it was a little bit shorter, it would have been a try, and then JC from the sideline, but Bo will knock that ball back in. Nah, if you're a Dolphin, you do not go for the short drop out here. No way. They might look at this, though, to see if this is a knock-on. Oh, they're going to say that Bowie touched the line. They are going to say Bo Firma's foot touched the line, so it will be Dolphins ball here at the 20. Geez, I tell you what, Dolphins, your season is hanging by a thread. Bo Firma just puts his foot on the sideline, yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. What a warrior effort, though, from Bowie Firma. Okay, Titans will still get one more set, though. You will still get one more set with the ball. First tackle here for the Dolphins. They'll be at the 40. Not sure he touched that with his boot. I think he probably does, Brenton, but look, at the end of the day, I think this has been a good shout from the Titans. Both teams defensively can't hang their head. They have to hang their heads with shame. But attacking wise, both teams have given it a red hot crack here. Third tackle at the 45. It was a bee's dick in that. Yeah, well, you live by it. So Kurt Donahue, fourth tackle. The Titans will still get a set with the ball. They'll have to come out of their own area, though. They will have to come over and run the full 80, 90, maybe 100 metres. Marshall King, he'll go right-hand side with Sai Katoa. Katoa gives it off here, and they pass it to Avarillo. Just don't give away a 7 tackle. Well, 7 tackle set doesn't really do too much for the Titans anyway, to be fair. Dolphins might go for a field goal here, to be fair, if they really felt like it, because a 7 tackle set wouldn't do much. It's Sai Katoa. We'll get taken at the 15. Okay, 55 seconds here, Titans. You've got to be quick with it. 55 seconds here. You've got to give the ball back, Asai Katoa. You've got to give the ball back. This is just wasting time here from Asai Katoa. That usually would be a penalty. But anyway, 46 seconds. And Brian Kelly is going to be at the 20. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new. Brian Kelly will get this ball to the 22. 40 seconds to go. They've got to go 80 metres here. They've got to go 80 metres. Kieran Foran to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell at the back here to Keanu Kenny. Keanu Kenny's going to step. He's going to step again. He gives it off to Jaden Campbell. He gets it across here to Sam Verrills. And then to Tino Fa'asuamaleaui, who's going to run around and go to the left-hand side. He gets away from one. He's taken down to 30, 23 seconds. Not looking likely here for the Titans. They give it off to Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly's got Keanu Kenny underneath, and he'll get this ball at the 40 on third tackle. 15 seconds to go here of the game. Dolphins season might just be able to hang on by a thread here. This is probably the last play. They give it off to Kieran Foran. Foran out the back here to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell off to Jojo Fafita. Right inside Jalen de Groot. Jalen de Groot, 4 seconds to go here. You've got to quickly play the ball. You've got to quickly play the ball. Got to quickly play the ball. And he plays the ball. He plays the ball. He played the ball for the siren. Wow. Well, we didn't get a last play. But anyway, the Dolphins will win 36-30. I will say your season hangs by a thread. Titans gave it a red-hot crack here today. But unfortunately, the Dolphins are going to win. I tell you what, though, you're getting bounced out first week. Like, this team is awful. Both these teams today, defensively, just horrific. Now, across the last 4 weeks for the Dolphins, they've given up 64 points. They've given up 38 points. They've given up 58 points. And now they've given up another 30 points. So their season hangs by a thread. They're about 15 points differential behind the Roosters. They need the Rabbitohs to beat the Roosters next week and then to beat the Raiders away. Lid Dark Fire says that hurts. Yeah, look, that's a frustrating one, man. You know, to score 30 points but to still lose 36-30 is always going to be a bit painful, to be fair. At the end of the day, if you had have asked if that was going to be a close game, pre-game, with the Titans getting a good crack at it, you would have taken that. I think in hindsight, you know, that game was there to be won. If Brian Kelly passes that ball backwards, the Titans actually probably go on to win that game because that was a big momentum swing because the Titans would have been 30-30. Instead, it went to 36-24, right? So unfortunately, it was a big momentum swing when Brian Kelly didn't get that ball backwards or at least to the side. And then the Dolphins were able to score straight away, which ultimately won them the game because the Titans still scored again. So I do think if Brian Kelly passes that ball backwards for Keanu Kenny for the try under the post, that would have been a win for the Titans. It would have ended the Dolphins season and got them out of the last place. But you can't be too unhappy overall, but you can be unhappy with the defense. I've got to really reiterate here, like 36 points is still unacceptable to give up. I don't care that it's the Dolphins. You know, the Dolphins played shit house today. Like at the end of the day, like they absolutely pieced through in the first 10 minutes. The game was won in the first 10 minutes with that 18-point win, that 18-point lead. And yeah, the Titans just had to chase it the whole time, and they did chase it successfully to the 18-18, and they did make it a close game of 36-30. But you still got to be ultimately disappointed that the defense just opened up like that. You know, and if you're a Dolphins fan, you take the 2 points, but you're like, this is ridiculous. You know, they're giving up a ridiculous amount of points here, the Dolphins. You know, they play next week against the Raiders, who realistically they should win because the Raiders should rest their players. But the Dolphins need to be asking a lot more from their players. The fans have to be asking a lot more from their players because if they play like this, well, one, they're not even guaranteed for the finals right now because the Roosters have to lose to the Rabbitohs. But if they play like this in the finals, they will get beaten by a lot of points. The Dolphins will get beaten by 20, 30 plus points against a good team because you've got to remember the Titans are in last place, right? The team that you gave up 58 points to in Manly, they're not even in the top 8 right now. They're in 10th position. You know, the Broncos had Ezra Mem, Adam Reynolds, Xavier Willison, Selwyn Cobbo, Brennan Piakura, players out everywhere, and they still scored 38 points. The Roosters at the time were not even in the top 8, and they scored 64 points in that game. So, like, the Dolphins have significant questions about them. You know, they shouldn't have made a game of this. They should have put away the Titans very, very convincingly and very, very easily, and it just wasn't the case. They can't be giving up this many points because, again, in 4 weeks of football, that is 190 points. That is nearly 50 points every single game on average. That is 10 points short of 50 points against them across a 4 week, 50 points on average against them in the last month of footy. So it's like Dolphins fans may not like to hear that, but it is a fact. It is a stat on where they're at. So look, I'm not happy that the Titans lost that game for sure, but I also am very well aware we are giving that many points up, and we've only got 2 games now, 1 game left to our season. The Dolphins may potentially have finals, and whilst that would be a success, they make it, they would get slaughtered by a good team. They would get slaughtered. Leon says, good effort, mate. You challenge a top 8 contender. Sure, but the Dolphins haven't been playing like a top 8 contender of recent weeks, but sure, on a technical basis. 190 points in 4 weeks, Leon says. Brenton says, well, that was a nail-biter. Dion says, thanks for another good week in our streams. Appreciate you, Dion. I'll be in Malaysia for next week's stream, so in Kuala Lumpur for next week's stream, so there'll be a bit of a different view, and then I'll come back to Vietnam after that, but we look for that one. Enjoyable for the neutral watchers. Yeah, a bit of fun. I like the Broncos-Cowboys game. At least there wasn't a dramatic, controversial call in this game, unlike that Broncos-Cowboys game. That's why we were able to really enjoy it, the full 80, really. That is a proper local derby, even with a loss. Absolutely. Absolutely there. Absolutely. Dan says Titans win spoon champs. I know he's trying to get a reaction out of me, but at the end of the day, we've still got next week to play. We are still above the Knights on points differential. It's just that we would need to beat the Tigers. If the Titans can beat the Tigers, then it would all come down to the Knights versus the Eels game, because the points differential is minus 207 for the Titans, whilst the Knights are minus 244. So, look, I think that with the Tigers not playing for anything and the Titans having their final home game of the season, a lot of players departing, Kieran Foran's last ever game, Des Hasler's last game for the club, I do believe that we potentially could get up for that game. But I also could see the Knights doing it against the Eels with them knowing that they would have to win against the Eels. But the Eels are playing prideful footy, but it'll be interesting to see how next week comes down to. It'll be interesting to see how it all comes down to next week. But anyway, yeah, look, disappointed we didn't win that game, but we gave it a bit of a crack. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in this weekend. We've got actually some videos coming out on BKRtravel this week. So if you're not subscribed to our travel channel, I'm going to be vlogging some stuff from Malaysia. And I've got some... actually, you know what? I want to ask whoever is here still, I want you to go to the most recent video on BKRtravel, and I want you to just put a question that you have about whether it be India, whether it be Thailand, whether it be Vietnam, one country. You can do multiple comments if you want, but ask any question that you have that you would like to see answered in a video based upon the travels in India, in Vietnam, in Thailand, in America, wherever you want, and I'll probably do a video discussing it and talking about it on BKRtravel. So yeah, go over to that channel, comment on the most recent video, and there'll be a video tomorrow probably answering one of your comments, man. But like I said, appreciate you. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.